That was fast.
And we are live, everyone. Welcome back to MapperCast podcast, episode 72. Whoever said I missed the opportunity to name a title something else, you're gonna see soon. Yep, it's there. And I'm not changing that because you can blame Cosmic for that. So, anyway.
Blame me? What?
Yeah, blame Cosmic. Okay.
Yeah,
blame Cosmic.
Yeah, no. Okay. Alright, as usual, the MapperCast members in the channel are in the description below. Batman's not here, so he won't be there until he comes.
Rip.
He said he'll come
Never
later.
comes back.
And then, list of topics in the description as usual. I'm going to read them out anyway. First topic is to discuss HydrGod's animation onto future of Europe Bloodshed series. Who was the mapper winner? Our fan winner is Cephlio, and he suggested, would you rather take up the sloop shoot or the... What the fuck? On knargle on some Flongus. What the hell? Pull a Wildcard topic out of a hat. Discuss who we will believe will win the U.S. Democratic nomination at this juncture. And then, what is the best and worst show we reviewed? Follow up with the best and worst season episode and why. And who has been the most destructive figure in the mapping community? Then discuss the results of the recent MapperCast Discord post. Free for all, quiz, game, slap, mapper. What the frick? Why is it free for all number 6? Quiz game, select mapper winner and fan winner, and then we say goodbye. And as usual, I am Void Viper here, and let's have a good show.
Nice. Hey everybody, it's Cosmic here. Let's have a fucking awesome show.
Hey everybody, Mindria here, and let's have a great show.
Hello, the Rat of Mapping here, and once again without Bertrand and Chris, and let's have a good show.
Hey, I'm Freeze Pund, and I'm still working on writing the script for the World War II video.
Imperial!
Hello, greetings everyone. Imperial's here, and I'm much satiated.
I
am much satiated.
Alright, that's awesome. That's that old literature right there.
Alright, so the first thing we'll discuss is HydrGod's alternate feature of your Bloodshed series. So I have one comment that disturbs me. I hate the text box. I'm disturbed by the fact... disturbed by the fact that the white line is not complete. It's touching Ireland and Morocco for some reason.
What?
What?
I didn't even fucking notice that shit.
I noticed that. I was like, what the hell? Incomplete box. I was so triggered. I was like, oh my god, it's touching Ireland and Morocco.
But you're paying attention to the wrong thing. Hold on, Rat, before you get into it.
Cosmic, I think we should throw a coin.
Yeah, I think, here's the thing. I think I should go first because mine's gonna be a little
I'm
bit
not
more
finished. I'm not finished
and then
yet.
you can pare it down.
Hey, I'm not finished yet.
Alright, let's let Viper finish.
And then another thing I didn't kind of was a little bit. I didn't like how you like that last episode where Germany was being conquered. I didn't really like that stuttering. That was, I get it was supposed to be part of the plot, but it just doesn't feel good for the. I just think it's not good for the viewers to do things like that in a way. But that's just my opinion. I think overall try to like not do that. I would say.
Not have the characters stutter. I mean,
no, but look, what's that stuttering shock like? That was a little.
I mean, I do that shit all the time.
Dot.
Oh, the ellipses? Is that what you mean?
No, it was like Germany and then suddenly the static, and then suddenly half of Germany's conquered or something.
Oh, that shit! That was my favorite part of that.
I didn't really like the effect.
How did you not like that? That was the only part that I liked.
It was cool when you first look at it, but in terms of like. When it happened the second time, it was rather annoying to hear
Viper,
it again.
I think you should watch my show. I think you may want to check out the...
Oh shit, don't tell me there's a lot of those, Cosmic. Oh man, that's not... That's gonna kill me.
Alright, here, Rat, I'll flip a coin.
Cause I have a coin. I have a 50-cent coin.
I have a coin! I have a quarter, an American quarter, American blue-blooded...
American quarter.
Nobody cares.
I got a 50-cent coin from...
Alright, I call heads. I call heads.
Wait, there's a 50-cent coin in Germany?
What?
Yes.
Here, okay, I call heads.
Okay, then I call
you gotta
numbers because
you gotta be fair, brother.
No.
Alright. Guess Cosmic's gonna die.
Come on, Rat, come on. Don't you want to tear down my positivity?
What did I do?
No, I mean, like, I'll have...
Just flip the goddamn coin.
Spin the goddamn coin already.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. I thought you were. All right. I call heads. Here we go.
You wanted to.
I don't. I thought you were being like a stick in the mud about it. Okay. Boom. Heads. You bet your ass, heads.
It was on the side. You're lying.
Yeah, we didn't ping the announcement chat.
Oh shit, we didn't. All right.
Oh shit, yeah.
I'm gonna take care of that while I. Okay, so here's the thing with this show. It was a mixed bag of fucky confusion. I liked a lot of it.
Okay.
I liked a lot of this show. It wasn't
you
awful.
do, Red.
It was kind of like everything good that it set up, it just tore down for no fucking reason, goddamn it all. First of all, I'll just say some of the broader things I appreciated. I loved the atmosphere. It was very, like, mournful and sort of... Yeah, mournful and surreal. I like that. I loved the soundtrack. I thought it was nice and reserved. It fit the tone of the show. You know, it didn't have any fucking sped-up Naruto anime shit, and it didn't have any grandiose 2 steps from hell! Every song in Mapping has to be fucking absurd! So I appreciate that you chose a reserved soundtrack for what was most of the time a reserved series. I loved that a lot of the show was just build-up, talking about shit. I appreciated that. But, yeah, I liked the mystery that was set up, the little fucking J.J. Abrams mystery box of what gave Italy this power. I liked that. But, like, halfway through the show, all of that shit was thrown into the trash. It was like the big reveal with Italy was, I guess, they're angry now. It was like, oh, Germany, you made me so angry. I'm not good anymore. And that was the big reveal. It was like, what? Especially after that crazy fucking static effect, I thought we were going to get into, I don't know, some kind of anything interesting. Maybe break the fourth wall, do something a little meta. I don't know. They just kind of... there was no reveal. The reveal was that Italy doesn't... The reveal was is that they didn't like each other. Stupid. So, but other than that, like I said, I appreciated the atmosphere. I appreciated that it was very reserved. But... God, did you just throw away what could have been something really special there? All right, Rat, what do you have to say?
All right. So first of all, I am disagreeing on a few points with you there, Cosmic.
Oh, here we go.
But I'm just going to give a shortened rundown of what I wanted to say. So overall, regarding the visuals, I think the map was fine. I didn't notice the thing with the text box that Viper mentioned, to be honest. But I haven't followed mapping that much of recently, but the last time I actually did that, like the general map type, even though it was good looking, I think it was a bit generic. But it served its purpose, so nothing much to complain there, to be honest. The music also was, in my opinion, really fitting to the entire setting of the series, which was like eerie and depressing.
Yes.
And now to the plot and the entire story, which is, in my opinion, the thing where I've got the bone to pick with you there. So, the thing with the mystery that Cosmic praised, I am personally opposed to that from the key concept that I think there are 2 types of mystery. Basically one that's like reasonable and that serves to build up an illusion and then let this illusion fall at some point in the big reveal. And then there's this kind of mystery where you just don't know what's going on or why. And that was like a really common theme for me throughout watching the whole series. I was a lot of times confused like what was happening. At the start, for example, they were talking like, of the collapse, and I was confused because wait, this place in 2020, the video was uploaded in December 2019. What happened? And yeah, basically that, and how like a lot of things didn't seem built up or justified for me. Like I personally couldn't believe how does Italy just puppet other nations without problem? Why or how can he do that? Why aren't the other nations doing anything against that? And in general, like a lot of the things that happened in the series, I think they just weren't built up properly, and as such, you can't really relate to and say, yeah, okay, that's reasonable that this happened.
Can I push back on that a little bit? Just real quick, throw that out there. You can shut me down a minute.
If you want to.
I got it. Okay. I don't my big pet peeve with just fiction in general is when shit gets too bogged down in the minutia and how shit works, and it starts reading like a Wikipedia article. Like, I don't need a huge, great like explanations of how this shit, of how Italy did that. I was much more interested. It's much more interesting to me for them to set up even a half-hearted mystery than to just get bogged down in the specifics of how this was accomplished. I do agree that in a different show, this mystery wouldn't have worked as well. I think like the setting and the atmosphere and the tone really played into like, oh, how did Italy get this power? If it was just a normal kind of alternate future series with a standard ass mapping tone, I totally agree with the shit you're saying. But I feel like they played together well there. Of course, the reveal threw it all away.
Well, the thing which is my prime problem with this, because the entire scenario seems so weird because of this mystery. Like, if I'm going to take as an example of like, and what I think would be a good mystery, if I'm going to take Frickon's Gorge series, because the entire scenario is like built up like that. You don't know the date, the exact date when this is happening. And the world also seems radically different from what we would be used to in a normal alternate future series. So you know there already is something else going on there. And then it's rather quickly established what this world is about, what the world building is, and so that really quickly. I think that was a mystery done good. While in this series, like those things like about the established world that there's currently, there was not enough information given to really make this illusion, and it also, because this illusion wasn't really well built up, or there was no illusion at all to if I'm thinking about it. Basically, you didn't know about this world aside from that the dialogue alludes to that something is radically different, but you didn't notice it anywhere else. Like, the map was still the exact same since there were no alliances on the map, which is kind of the usual with mapping. I thought, okay, this is just normal. And I think the world established itself too slow, and that also really ruined when this reveal came.
I see what you mean, but I don't think it's completely right to compare it to Gosh, because Gosh really tried to establish a whole, like, a world. That's our world, but in every other way is completely foreign. I think what he was going for here was just sort of showing us a little bit, I don't know, just a little bit of a different version of our own world. Like, it's our world, but there's something, the winds of change are coming. Like, they haven't already come, they're on the way. So, a bit, like, I felt like maybe it could have been a show about, like, what made the Gosh world. Like, this world is on its way to becoming that.
Yeah, but the thing is that this great collapse, as was called, that already happened at the start. So I think the scenario is comparable in a sense, because in Gorge there also was like
true.
This really big event that already happened that we don't get to see in the series.
Oh, Batarang!
Oh, look who's here!
It's here,
Batarang,
but
he made it. He stopped playing For Honor for 5 seconds.
But anyways, I want to continue on because I don't want to be stuck there. I know we are disagreeing on that, so just let's agree to disagree.
Okay.
And then also one thing is that some things, and I know that you agree with me there on that, Cosmic, is that some things were just pure shock factor and didn't serve really purpose and were quite uncalled for. For example, just German child soldiers, suicide bombers
Like,
in
that doesn't make
Jordan
any
and
sense.
Syria.
Yeah.
It was like a really bizarre concept for me. Why would Germany do that? Like, why?
Yeah, you're completely right.
And it was never resolved. Why would it do that?
Exactly, there was no reason.
Like, it's completely illogical. Why didn't they just send normal soldiers there? Why did it have to be child soldiers?
You're so right, there's no reason. Like, I like the idea, maybe one of the reveals being that the character that's set up as the protagonist is actually the villain, and blah, blah, blah. That could have been something. At least that's an idea to pursue. But I don't know. It wasn't expanded upon. It was just, oh, child soldiers, whoa! In the same way that like every other thing that was set up as decent in the show was just thrown out. Like the static moment. Why was there static there? There's no reason. Like what? Why was, I don't know. There was no mystery. Everything was set up with hollow, vacuous conclusions and resolutions.
Yeah, everything
disappointing.
seemed like, a lot of things seemed like very obvious plot devices that weren't hidden very well. And especially at the end, I think the build-up for such a thing with when Germany died, I think the build-up wasn't just there to make this really a meaningful moment, or just at this point, I assume what you were going for is that you're sympathetic to Italy, that Italy is
Okay,
like the
hold
lesser
on.
of the two
Mindria, are you
evils.
okay? What's going on with you?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Your side. Are you?
I'm fine.
Got a panic attack over there?
He needs a session.
How are you doing?
He needs an inhaler.
Yeah. Shit.
I'm just reading the chat. That's all.
Okay.
Oh, is it that critical?
Are they screening here? Alright, Emperor's got no clothes. Let me say, I don't look at the chat until like 30 minutes into the show. Because I try to focus on like what we're talking about. So what are folks saying?
Wanna send me
don't worry about
some
it.
more hate.
Don't worry about
It's
it.
fine. Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
They're just talking about free spawn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking about free.
Alright, get this heckler out of the chat, man.
Get this fucking heckler out of the building.
Heckler is like, oh, you stupid.
Get him out of here! Get him out of this chat! Get him out of here! Get him out of this rally!
What is that Trump rally?
Get him out of here.
Okay, next topic.
I'm not even finished with my review.
Oh my.
Alright, wrap it up.
Anyways, I think what you were going for in the end, that is that the viewer was supposed to feel sympathetic to Italy because Germany did all those terrible things, but like with the ridiculousness of the things that happened, like I couldn't feel empathetic. I just fucking thought, what does this world come to? Like I thought this world is just fucking bleak. It's like a vague illusion of our real world that's somehow similar, but at the same time it's not. And like I said at the start, the general theme of the series for me was confusion. And I think that was one of the main problems.
I think he was confused making it too.
I think build up was not enough. Like there was way too few build up, and the plot devices also were poorly hidden. And that's like the main problem I have with the series.
So to close this off, I want to comment on one more thing, and that is the ending where Italy literally like spells out what you're supposed to feel about the show. Literally just breaks down, I am the villain and the protagonist. I am spreading good and evil. It's like these are the themes that are supposed to be just sensed and conveyed through the narrative. And you're just like spelling it out in this weird... I don't know. Alright, we should move on.
Yeah.
What I was thinking of is like...
I
all
want
be the
before we
same.
move. Okay, actually, I'll say that for free for all. It's something about a nuclear power plant, but I'll talk about it later. Okay, so next topic is: would you rather take it up the sloop shoot or the knargle on some Flongus? I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know what the fuck this is.
I go with sloop shoot, honestly.
Real?
Oh
okay.
my.
What?
I mean, I guess if you're into that.
But I'm going to say...
Wait, hold on. Is this an inappropriate topic?
No.
Yeah, it is actually.
No.
Yeah, let me just say, this was suggested by fucking Seplio. I had to reword it to get it past the censors. And
So it was inappropriate. So, and we still...
Sloop
yeah,
shoot.
that's right. So I just want to say, Seplio, you're not a fucking comedian, man. This was like such a shitty goddamn... Like, I'm open to a dumb fan request, but you're just, oh, would you rather get ass fuck or a dick? Like, there's no joke. It's
Anyways,
just
No, he's
I'm
not
going to say...
he's like a spy, and that's like a code word for yeah, yeah, it got past the censors, all right.
yeah, it's-
We're in, boys. We're in.
maybe that's the art. Maybe it's like Eric Andre. Maybe like the
It's-
art comes through
it's
the
art.
immaturity. It's meta.
But I'm going to say both have their pros and cons.
Alright, here, let's go down the line. Batarang, how about you?
Could you repeat the question?
Would you rather get fucked in the ass or suck some dick?
Neither.
Oh, come on! Come on! Stop with that! This is the same thing you did with the shit question. Just, come on! Lower yourself to our level.
Neither.
If you were forced, gun to your fucking head,
He'd take the
And
bullet.
and a dick on your back and in front of your mouth, and you have to either back up or move forward or you die. Which one?
I move to the side.
You can't move to the side or the gun goes off, Batman.
I'd rather have the gun to go off, okay?
You're seriously telling me you'd rather die than just, like, put a penis in your mouth. That's how not gay you are,
Yeah.
bro? Bro, I'm not...
I know what he means by the only.
I mean, yeah, the only STDs. Oh shit, I just knocked my teeth.
The only thing I'll put in my mouth is a gun, okay?
Okay.
Crawling in my skin.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry. Alright, well, to answer the question over here, I genuinely, because here's the thing, as I said on the last show, and as I've been saying for seasons now, I am all about men, like, not being insecure about their asshole and exploring that intimate part of themselves and unlocking new.
But if you're not gay,
no, what the fuck are you? Are you implying only gay men can be into prostate stimulation? What the fuck?
You
no,
guys
the
are
thing
such
is,
normies.
the question
Really,
we have at the Cosmic, the question we have at the moment is dick
Talk and
not
watch it.
something else in the butt.
That's true. It's I guess, but I mean, like, at least maybe you could get something out of that. But I think at the end of the day, even if you're a gay man who enjoys it or a straight man that enjoys getting raped, like, I think that's a little bit more
orange right now.
So, but honestly, it depends on the penis. Like, if it's a gross, gangly, weird penis, I don't want to suck it.
Is that why you approved this topic?
There's just so much. There's honestly, like, maybe Seplio is a fucking genius.
This is some good discussion.
There is, like, yeah, you're right. There's, like, some genuine nuance here that you have to consider, and I honestly don't know, but my first initial reaction is to suck the dick, but I'd have to think about it more.
Well, though, is it like totally dry? Because that might make a difference.
If the dick is dry? Oh, your ass! That's true!
How the fuck do you know?
Well, I'm saying, like, it makes a difference, one, the size of the dick and that you're being penetrated by. It also matters, like,
is no lube. Cosmic, what the fuck?
If there's no lube...
Cosmic, you are a bloody virgin like pretty much everyone in this podcast. You can't talk about this shit.
I swear to God, I see, like, this isn't uncomfortable. I can talk about human bodies and not be a weirdo. Like, it's not...
What are you guys
No, dude, I can't talk about that! No, jeez! Oh, God!
Cosmic,
I'm but a supple bit!
Yeah, but you have to consider the viewers, too.
Perhaps you...
I don't think the viewers have problems.
I don't know. Cosmic, perhaps fucking dry dicks are the best thing in the world to you, but you haven't tried it. How the fuck are you to judge?
Dry dick? Okay.
How the fuck are you able to
Rat,
judge
I
this if you
swear
haven't
to
experienced
fuck.
it yourself?
We can have an objective discussion. Oh my God. Talk to any, like, sexual wellness practitioner. None of them will say that a dry dick is a good time. They'll say, one, it's unhealthy. It's not fucking good. It's dangerous. You need... first of all, you need to...
Cosmic, I want to take a different example. Like, take literally every militarist in the Mapper community ever.
Ooh.
They think that military and war is good, but never have experienced them themselves. That's what you are right now with this topic.
Okay,
I
wait.
genuinely am shocked. Okay, freeze. Please.
I have though. I'm an expert in this, and honestly, it's not.
Yeah, you are a guest. You don't.
If you don't, like, of course, you know, dryness is kind of a problem. But like, if you start off small and work your way up, everything comes out fine in the end.
Yeah, no, you start with just a finger or two, maybe a thumb.
Coke bottle.
Okay, see, that's another. Okay. You're not supposed to put glass things in your fucking, like especially plastic. Hollow glass things.
Plastic.
Oh God.
Okay, we get
Maybe
it.
I could try my stump.
All right, well, Freeze, what would you do then? Would you suck or would you take that?
Well, yeah. See, there's the nuance here, and so you have to consider, like, I don't know. I'd say maybe in most cases because it's like simpler to do. I just do the knargle on that Flongus. If I had time and resources to spare.
Schmeckle.
There's this guy in the chat who's asking for female viewers. But I feel like this is MapperCast. This isn't Tinder.
Lee Allen.
Lee Allen.
No,
Lee Allen.
considering the majority of the mapping community, they probably fucking would classify her as a subhuman
There's
being
some
because they have
fucking-
no idea what
Any of you viewers a girl?
Any
Come on,
guys?
anyone ready to
Guys,
DM me?
guys, you do realize that girls
Fine,
don't
yes.
exist, right? Girls do not exist on the internet. What are you talking about?
There's some fucking van that just pulled up in front of my house and it's
Uh-oh.
broken.
Don't go in there.
It's the assassin.
I'm just gonna ignore that. Okay.
Anyways, Imperial, it's your turn.
Oh, I need to think. Okay. The thing is if I put it in the ass, I have a higher risk of getting HIV.
That's true. God, Seplio, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. There's so much
also-
to consider.
But
You can also
at
get
the same
HIV
time,
by
but
fucking
More
shit.
like you guys are
the risk
being
is
idiots.
higher though.
Wink, wink.
But at the same time, I could just imagine that this is.
Void
this is
called you guys
at the
idiots.
same time, I could imagine that this is just a girl with a strap on.
Okay.
I know,
well,
but you
see,
just like just
This is-
close your eyes.
No.
I'm a master in denial. Okay, I'm a master in denial. In denying stuff.
That's true.
I think I would provide the suck.
Yeah. So I think that's what
I once and having a very small risk of getting like a disease that can ruin your life. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that.
God, you're right.
You can also
Right.
contract HIV if you are sucking cum.
I feel it's easier. I think it's easier to get rid of. I could be wrong.
It all
Try
depends
to
on where you
spit
live.
it out.
though,
I
'cause,
can't poop it out. I think.
That's true.
Bro.
See, I feel like the strain of HIV that you catch at this particular location, like I've been imagining you like trapped in a fucking warehouse with two like Slavic men in tracksuits and shit. That's like what I've been.
No.
So I think,
Okay.
No, get out of here with this shit.
so I think in that scenario, no matter which direction you go, you're gonna catch something. So
You're
you're gonna
insulting
need to go down
Slav.
to the clinic.
Ivan, look at the fat American boy.
All right.
Let's spread out
Mindria,
HIV
Mindria, what would you
virus.
do?
Can I
What?
please shoot myself?
No, you gotta either get fucked in the ass or dick. Which one?
shoot yourself.
If I was paid, yes, I would suck dick.
If you were paid,
There we go.
you're being paid with your. Mindria, you're being paid with your life, with your consciousness. Is that not?
Yeah.
Yave Mudaki.
Like, I don't think you're understanding the seriousness of that.
Baka.
Like
Alright, what's the situation? Explain.
that's what I just said. You're in a fucking Slavic warehouse. Two sweaty men in tracksuits, black and white, not like
What if
black and
I'm
white
Slavic?
tracksuits.
What if I'm Slavic?
Well, then I don't know. Maybe you'll be
And
less.
you already have HIV.
Then you already have HIV.
That's racist.
No, racist, bro.
Oh no.
Don't you realize it's 2020 is racist now?
Yes.
But
I'm calling-
stars aren't a race.
I'm calling Obama on you, piece of shit.
I'm pulling a CinemaSins.
Okay, I'll suck a dick. Right, next.
Fuck.
All right, Rat, what'd you do?
Alright, so both have a pros and cons. And both have their
We already
place.
established.
We've established that, yeah.
But there's one main factor that people don't take into consideration.
Ooh.
It's convenience.
Ooh.
Like when you're giving a blowjob, you don't have to put your pants down and shit. You just
Oh.
sit there and suck. You just.
I
do
think
it
you're
and then it's
already
over.
butt ass naked in this scenario. I think you're like rubbed in
No,
Rotoid.
that's not in my scenario. So
Not in my fantasy. Not in my fantasy.
So basically, I really don't want to be fucked by a Slav, to be honest. Because
Well, talking about racism. Talking
True.
about
Yeah,
racism.
no, I'm talking about like gobniks.
Oi, what the fuck?
But so yeah, I think sucking a cock probably would be more convenient in this situation.
Well, if
Alright.
we're allowed to like make up our own variables for this, then we could just imagine it's in a perfect scenario, and I'd just be like, oh hey, I'll be all over both sides of this. It's not gonna have any problems.
I think the premise of the scenario is already excluding an ideal situation.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
boys.
we've all already settled on the two large Slavic men with guns. Alright, Viper, what about you?
I died.
And deja-vu.
Viper and Battering at the top and bottom of the list here, both forfeited like a loser.
Hey, I would die as well, bro.
No, you picked Slob the Knob, dude. Alright, I guess, that was a journey. We all learned a lot about the Slavic people.
No!
learned a lot about
No, we fucking did not!
Also,
learned a lot
I
about
can,
each other,
I
we
can
learned
wash
a lot
out
about
my
the
mouth with
Slavic
holy
culture.
water.
No, we.
We learned a lot about our bodies. Let's move on.
Alright, next topic. I don't know. That was Cosmic's fault. Alright, discuss. Oh, no, the Polar Wildcard topic out of a hat. Oh,
Here we go.
fucking
Oh, all
Here we
right.
go.
What is
Show
wrong
your
with your
face.
voice?
There we go. Now let's gonna go ahead and hop on over. Screen share.
Show us your
Viper
beautiful
just started
face.
smoking.
No, I
You
didn't.
got the
Cosmic, I think.
Asian tapestry. Trying to get
Cosmic,
the
that's not called screen share. That's called opening up your webcam. Turning on your webcam. Sorry.
Well,
Alright,
it's
you're
channels called screen share.
MapperCast.
No, I just kidding. I'm just fucking
Who would
with
you
you.
date?
MapperCast dating
Cosmic
simulator.
mapping.
No.
Whoa, look at this. Come on.
Stand for
Are we ready?
No,
No.
wait. I actually don't get how this
Confronting the
works.
Dragon, a Minecrafter's adventure.
No.
Game Night 999 floated through a silvery mist.
That's copyright. That's
Wait,
copyright.
what?
You
Fucking
can't do that.
copyright.
Wait, what?
I uploaded the entire narration of Battle for the Nether on my channel. It took me a month to make. I no copyright.
Okay,
Which, by the way,
fine.
if you haven't watched that, go to Lego Luke 2000 and watch me read this entire book. I took, please. All right, we ready?
Yes.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We're good.
We're on
We
screen
have to
share.
wait for an-
Okay. Let me go get that hat.
Cosmic is stuck on the stream.
I'm
it's-
frozen.
No. Oh, you are.
Oh yeah, he is.
Shit in my
No,
ass.
it shouldn't be
Now
anymore.
it's back.
Redo the part.
Oh, redo the shitty the shitty joke. I don't even know if you can classify this as a joke. It's just a dough. Whoa! Got my TLC 600-pound life grabber. Oh, I got the hat. There you go.
Fishing.
Fishing for the hat. Here we go, ladies and gents. We got the MapperCast hat. I'm thinking of going to like Kinko's or some shit and getting the logo laminated on here.
No.
So
The logo's in the
Wanna-
trash can.
want to put. All right, here we go. What?
Okay.
Battering what? What?
No, nothing. No,
What?
just looking at
What?
something. No, just looking at something on the side.
Alright.
Oh no, actually, no
Okay.
way. I'm just looking. It's just me looking at your face. All right.
Trying to... Yeah, I didn't get to shave. I had a stressful night. What are you looking for?
I mean, you don't even grow
I have to,
anything. All right.
Oh,
I can't. I don't even see.
yeah, you can't see it on the camera, but in like person, it is just scruff, gross shading.
All right.
All right, here we go. Oh God, I'm not doing this one. I'm not doing this.
Do it.
I'm not
What
doing
is
this.
Do it.
This is
You took
literally just like a shitty, different variation of the fucking topic we just did. This sucks.
Pick another one.
Okay, fine.
Let's
Fine.
take
you
it
got
out.
a pass.
Alright,
You
we're doing this
You
one.
gotta pass. You gotta pass.
That's my one pass. I get one pass a year.
We're going
Alright,
to get
ladies
this
and
again.
fellas. We got... Shit. What was your scariest life experience? Whoa.
Oh.
My scariest life experience is when this face. Okay.
What?
Joke, your face jokes are not landing. They're
But they're laughing.
That's your jokes.
Hey, but they're laughing.
Oh, who left? Oh.
Alright, so let's go down the line. Batman, what was your scariest life experience?
I will not say this is scariest, but this could count as one.
I could have one recently, actually.
My scariest life experience. Okay, so I was working at McDonald's, right?
Oh no, here we go.
McDonald's at 3 a.m.
How all
Yeah, my
grand
life has changed.
sagas start.
And then I
Alright.
saw.
And then I saw a Big Mac. Alright, my scariest life experience is when it was like, I don't know, like 8 or 9 at night, right?
Yeah.
Nothing much, people were just ordering, even at night.
think I told this story before, but these two guys start going at it with each other.
Oh yeah, those two black guys. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those two black guys.
I remember that they were black. At
Well,
least
that's
Batwood
just
says
what
so.
they do. That's just
But,
what they do.
What? Oh,
Excuse me.
one
This is
picked
unfortunately going to be
one
a threat.
one picked each other up and slammed him to the table. They start going at it with each other. And then one of them, I was at the cash register, right? I'm like, just like staring at them like, what the hell are these idiots doing? I just shouted, you guys better stop or else you're gonna end up on YouTube.
The normal life of a McDonald's worker.
No, I wasn't even flinching or anything. I was just like staring at them like, what the fuck are these guys doing? And I was like, I was in the middle of ordering these two customers, like in Arabic, probably Arabics. They're ordering food. Yeah, they're ordering food. And they're actually putting their credit card in there. I was just like, this is going on down behind us, you know, or in front of me in that case. And we're just ordering food while they're just doing it.
Nice, bro.
Shit, man, that's some spooky shit. That is my biggest like worry about entering retail. Shit like that and like boomers and betties and shit.
May I speak to the manager?
Oh Christ, I can't.
One of them slammed into the cash register where I was at.
Oh,
Yikes.
it's fucked up, man.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, I just took a step back when they did that.
Oh God.
Like,
Save Batman.
After that, like 12 police officers show up on the scene, fighting two guys.
That's a little much.
Beyond
I mean,
scary.
that's
There's
America
two black men
for
at
you.
McDonald's. Everybody, go, go, go! Code
I mean,
7.
that's
Hands
America
up.
for you. Whenever there's trouble, just like 12 police officers show up outside,
Hands up.
or at least 5 police officers, even though there's 2 people.
Okay.
Eventually, anyway.
Okay,
Anyway.
so I got a few spooky stories. There was one that really fucking scared the bejeebus off me. It was like 8. Probably talked about it before, so we'll skim over it real quick.
The
Yeah,
charity scam.
not the charity. The charity scam was a hoot. It was a hoot and a holler, dude. I didn't realize how horrible it was till several years later in my life. So, bleh. If you want to go see the charity scam, go subscribe to MapperCast Highlights. It's in the 2017 playlist.
Everyone subscribe to yeah.
Everyone goes subscribe. Yeah, okay. So, my family and I, this is when we still lived in New York, so we didn't get to do a lot of outdoorsy shit like this much. So we went out to this little, like, pier area in Manhattan somewhere. It had kind of this little grassy plain with trees and shit, and people could pretend that they lived in the forest for a minute. So we went there, and we laid out our picnic blanket. We had a nice little McDonald's picnic. It was so nice. My mom was pregnant with my sister at the time. I think it was it must have been 2008. And just out of nowhere, a bunch, like 10 fucking members of the fucking Bloods show up. They show up, they're clad in their red shit. It's awful, and they spend the whole time going like, "Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?" It was horrible. It was scary. They were just doing this weird shit all over the place. And then my mom had the fucking wonderful idea. They just like a 3 trillion IQ move of, let me pretend to call the police, but do it loudly so that they hear.
No.
And then they're going to be scared and walk off. That's going to happen, right? Members of the Bloods are going to walk off. Nope, they didn't walk up. What they decided to do was to walk up to us and just terrorize this little family on the fucking beach. I don't know, the pier. That was horrible. I don't remember exactly. It was just kind of, they just kind of sat there and insulted us and were very aggressive, loud, fucking, stereotypical 90s black New York teenager. It was bad. So then my dad called the cops for real. Of course, they never fucking showed up because, thank you, NYPD, a bunch of incompetent bastards. So, yeah, we got out of there. I got a Lego set as a consolation prize for the childhood trauma. And pretty much all my scariest life experiences involve the fucking NYPD. There was another time, I'll run through this real quick because I take every chance I can to tell this one. It was when I first started smoking the ganja. I was in Brooklyn with my neighbor and Mysterious and our other friend. And for some reason, the go-to smoke spot was this fucking playground in the middle of a 3-way intersection. Where all the roads, where all the roads coincided, this was like in the middle, like a star fort. It was insanity. And we'd go out at like 3 a.m. to this place. People fucking everywhere. My neighbor was just like, "No, this is good. There's nobody here. It's a good place to do it." So we did it. And then, whoop, 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 here comes this little fucking cop car around the corner. My heart fucking drops because, I don't do this shit a lot. I spend most of my time cooped up here fucking preparing for this goddamn podcast. So I go out into New York and get chased by cops. That's not the shit I want to fucking do with my life. So we get kind
Cosmic, didn't you say already one already? Why are you saying another one?
Because I wanted... Alright, fine.
You said scariest, so which one is the scariest?
It was terrifying. It was fucking terrifying. This car just slowly trailed us for like a whole ass block. Eventually we lost him, but I've never been so petrified in my life. Like high and fucking scared for my life walking away from this cop car. Horrible. Look. Alright, Freeze, how about you?
Oh, no, wait, hold on. But which one is the scariest? That one or that one?
I think I honestly couldn't tell. Probably the weed story. That was probably.
Okay.
We should really hurry up. It's
Alright,
40
yeah.
minutes.
Okay, I just want to take. Honestly, I can't really remember, but it's like I've come like tangentially close to like a really scary situations, but I never actually like been in any where my life was like in immediate danger or whatever. But like. I remember there's like this one field right near house I used to live by. There's like this deforested area. There's like logs everywhere. Every once in a while, I like go back there and like build forts out of all the logs and sticks or whatever. But I stopped going there. But then I realized my brother went there and he said that he saw there's like these people there. And they had like white hoods on, and they were like near a fire.
Gangsta.
And that he also thought there's like empty beer bottles and like cigarettes and just like used rubbers everywhere.
What the
So,
fuck?
So by not going there, I merely avoided my fate with getting caught in a Klansman gangbang.
That is the fucking weirdest thing I've ever heard. A Klansman.
Welcome to North Carolina. It's the South.
Oh god, my dad had to play a gig there yesterday.
But yeah, I wasn't there myself. I just heard about
Like
it.
the Klansman gangbang?
That's so
what I can assume
weird.
it was.
No,
I didn't know that was part of their creed.
I guess it is now. They got it.
Yeah, they're going with the times.
You're right. Yeah, they got to rebrand. That definitely fits their demographic.
Definitely.
All right, Imperial. How about you?
All right, I have some ideas. So I have a thing where I was in real danger and something that was really supernatural in my eyes. I think I have already told that one, but I was in school and my class teacher had this weird thing that at the end of the school year we would do a theater play in English. And when that was over and I wanted to get something to drink because my throat was dry as fuck, I got into this corridor to the room which was on the middle of it. And in front of me was this girl, and she was walking in front of me, and she went into the same room as I wanted to go, maybe 5 meters in front of me. And when I walked in, she was gone, and she was gone. I saw her go in, and I looked specifically in the room, and I could never walk into this room again because I had like this fucking creepy feeling that something was wrong at this day. So that's my supernatural experience, the one I have, the one that was pretty fucking scary in my opinion. And the other one, where I was in actual danger, was we were swimming, and I think it was last year in the Caribbean, and I was with my uncle and my little cousin, and we were going to the bakery that was on the other side of the beach, and I just felt like, okay, let's go a bit swimming. I mean, someone is carrying the bread. I'm not the guy, so I'm going in, and the water. I didn't know it was receding, and it was such a hard pull. I could barely keep the position I was in, and I could forward. I barely managed to not get drawn out, and that was really fucking scary. Then my uncle got in and grabbed me by the hand and got me out of it.
Yeah, water experiences can be fucked.
So I was not that far from the shore, so I could probably stand if it wasn't for these massive fucking waves.
God, that's fucked up, man. Alright, Mindria, how about you? Creaky chair.
What do you mean it's a creaky chair?
Chair be creaking. Okay, thanks, cartoon grandma chair.
Okay. This was in kindergarten. This was a while ago, bro. Holy shit. So, yeah, me and my classmates were like, we gotta go take a trip to the forest. Yeah. We drove like very deep into the forest. We had to do some tradition shit or whatever. Then, fucking 10 minutes later, out of nowhere, this fucking bear comes out of the fucking woods.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I was a few meters away from that fucking bear. He just walked past like it was nothing. He just didn't care about us.
Just vibing, bro.
he just he looked at us, but he didn't give a shit. He just moved on with his life.
He really was just vibing.
My classmates didn't give a shit. They didn't believe me. Like, I told them, turn the fuck around, dude. Holy shit, there's a bear. They didn't believe me. And there's this fucking bear just standing still.
Lithuania is fucked up.
With a bunch of kids. Yeah. That was fucking scary. He looked at me, bruh.
That's fucked up, man.
Alright,
Ryan, how about you?
Yeah, so my most scary experiences all happened in nightmares.
Oh.
But
yeah, wow, I could have much more scarier.
Yeah, I could give you fucked shit if we're talking.
Yeah, I've dreamed
the thing is, let me speak. Like, there aren't a lot of things where I thought I was in like really fucking big danger, like real life. The thing with, I'm going to tell some stories in real life that were pretty scary. But the thing is, the nightmares for me are so fucking lively that, and you can't, and I really thought this was real life at that point in the dream. But anyway, some real life stories. That was just like only a few months ago. I was driving to school in the morning. It was still dark. I'm driving with my car and I'm still like a little bit tired. Nothing would be happening. And then I was like 19 kilometers an hour. And then just this fucking deer just runs over the street meters away from me, and I almost crashed in it with 19 kilometers an hour.
Had those. Yeah, we had those.
If that would have happened, I'd drive a relatively small car. The car would have been fucked. I wouldn't have gone to school because I would have to call the cops because I just killed a fucking deer with my car. Because that's German bureaucracy for you. You have to call the cops when you kill a deer with a car.
Oh,
and I probably would have waited 1 or 2 hours until the fucking cops arrived because they're lazy as fuck.
Off the record, Red, you might have to deal with bigger things in the future because they, what Americans have the bison. Yes, we European have a thing like that as well. We are currently.
It's almost extinct.
But we are rehabilitating it in Germany right now. And recently, one guy close to the hometown of my grandparents, one guy crashed into one of these things. You have to imagine a bison, and the car was broken. The thing was not dead. The car was. And I don't want to imagine that crashing into one of these things.
Oh.
I thought the bison only lives in Belarus anymore, but anyways.
It lives in Germany now as well, in the area close to my grandparents. They re-inhabited it there 5 years ago.
But anyways, even though the last nightmare was like at least 5 years ago, the thing with like some of them are like they usually involve like either a plane crash for some reason, even though I don't have a fear of flights at all, or drowning. And at this point, because literally I know every time where I'm like on a plane in a dream, I know what's going to happen when I realize, wait, I've been here before. And then yeah, basically that's probably how I don't get nightmares, because the nightmares kept being the same, and now I just fucking realize that they are nightmares before they actually become nightmares and they're gone. But usually it involves like one was pretty scary, where I was like on a fucking island and the water just kept rising and I fucking almost drowned, but before I woke up. And the thing is, because they are so fucking lively, like, in that situation, I literally thought I was fucking going to die there.
The fact that you were on an island and the water was just like for no reason rising.
It was also fucking dark.
What is this? The Hunger Games?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know what has happened.
I
There was like
What the? Well, what place is that anyway? Again, you
I
remind
have
me.
no.
Total drama.
Oh my god.
Fortnite.
Total drama. He was on Total Drama Island, everybody.
Yeah.
Alright, Viper, you want to let us know?
Alright, so this happened today.
Why can't Total
I
Drama?
think-
Wait.
The wound is still fresh.
This happened today?
Yeah! I'll tell you.
What?
So at 7 a.m. today, I woke up to an alarm in saying that let me pull up the real message. I think if I read the message.
Hey, you got an F on your test.
No. I'll show you guys.
Or a B. You got a B on your test.
Alright, emergency alert. This is a
Easy,
province of Ontario emergency bulletin, which applies to people within 10 kilometers of Pickering Nuclear Generating Station. An incident was reported at the Pickering Nuclear Generating Station.
Oh no.
There has been no abnormal release of radioactivity from the station, and the emergency staff are responding to the situation. People near the Pickering Nuclear Generating Station do not need to take any protective actions at this time. Remain tuned to local media for further information and instructions. When I saw the word nuclear, I freaked out. I was like, wait, are we going Chernobyl right now? And then I was so paranoid that at 7 a.m., even though I woke up from my sleep, I looked up Chernobyl to look at the range, and I saw Polski, and see that's pretty far from Chernobyl. I was like, oh shit. So I looked up the map of where this nuclear power plant is, and it's actually very not too far from where I live, actually. Well, kind of far in terms of driving distance, but it's actually like a 26-minute drive away. Holy shit. So then, I freaked out, and the first thing I did was look up the news, found nothing. Okay, go on Reddit, Toronto, and then read the comments. And people are like, oh, there goes my chance to buy a house in Toronto. And people are like, oh no, is this a drill? Or is this fake? Or is
I
this?
feel the real estate would go down.
Yeah, and then people are like, people are like, what is this anomalous kind of alert? First they tell you that an incident was reported, and then they tell you to, oh, everything's okay. But then they say no release of radioactivity. But then yet emergency staff responded. Like people were freaking out because it was a very confusing alert, especially when it's so loud and wakes you up at 7 a.m. So everybody's freaking out. Like people were like, is this a mistake? Is this actually happening? What's going on? Did somebody get killed, or was there a leak? Like everybody was freaking out. And then,
Iran.
yeah. So what happened was
bombed them.
Yeah.
Take out Canada.
So
take them out.
So 3 hours later, what happened was they tell you, oh, sorry, it was a mistake. So what happened was somebody clicked the button, emergency alert by accident or something.
Oh my god,
It was set an error. So there's no danger to the public or environment. And I'm thinking, like, so what if there's actually danger? Then the next time it happens, people will be like, oh, it's the boy who cried wolf. And then when it's actually happening, and then you're fucked.
Wouldn't it be funny if I pressed the emergency button? Well,
it's like when in Hawaii back then, when everybody thought North Korea was going to nuke Hawaii, and then just turned on somebody like also fucking misclicked.
Fucking
so I was like, so in reality, I was thinking like, shit, we're getting Chernobyl. Yesterday was the flood, and today is Chernobyl. Oh my god! Because the reason why I thought it was believable because there was like a huge flood and recently in like southern Ontario here, and I was like, oh, so did the flood damage the nuclear power plant? Oh no! Like I was freaking out, man. The timing was just like, wow.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Well, at least it was an error. Like, I'm relieved that to hear it's an error, but then I'm worried about the next time it happens. What if it's actually not an error, and people think it's an error, and then it'll be like, fuck.
Let's move on.
Holy shit, we're an hour in already.
Yeah, that was a long one. Alright, so next up, into the actual fucking time. What's up, Viper?
Discuss who we believe will win the U.S. Democratic nomination at this juncture. I hope Trump doesn't win. Wait,
I don't think Trump is gonna win.
Yeah, he's not even a Democrat. Yeah, he's not even a Democrat. What the heck?
All right, so quick reminder for everyone in the chat and also in the fucking podcast. This is who will win, not who you want to win. So
I don't think Bernie's gonna make it because like he's like way too like different.
Feel the burn.
Okay. Well, at this point I don't. What do you mean by too different?
Well, like okay, because
he's too far off.
Basically, I mean, it's just like because there's Democrats and then there's like actual like leftist kind of policies.
I know, but he's not a leftist. He's a social democrat.
Well, but like
social democrats are left wing.
Yeah, they are, but they're not. We're not talking. He's not like a fucking like
communist.
Intifada socialist.
He's the further to the left you can get in America.
Not at all.
Unless you're a communist.
We have a communist party. In this
okay, but like
we have anarchists.
Further left. That's a popular.
Yeah, well, he's further left than the mainstream Democratic Party, but his policies, when you pull them across the country, the American people overwhelmingly agree. He gets policies pull in the 60s, 70s, 80s, sometimes 90%. So I don't think to say that because he's too out there is a good.
I recently read about the Libertarian Party with the guy who has this boot on his head. I found that fucking hilarious.
Yes, that guy is like.
Yeah, he's on track. Vernon Supreme.
Yeah.
I'd also say that Bernie would have realistic chances on winning because in the last polls he was leading, which implies at least that he has a chance.
I definitely think he has a chance because at this point he is leading in Iowa narrowly. He is, and the poll that he just won has predicted the Democratic nominee in the last fucking 6 election cycles. So he definitely has a chance. It's going to be an uphill battle, but I think if he gets those first 2 states, which he's on track to do, he could get that momentum. He's leading in California, which comes out earlier this year, and also is the fucking largest state in the country, has the most delegates. So I think he's got a chance.
I think it's either Bernie or Biden.
Feel the burn.
Definitely.
Feel the burn.
Bloomberg could also just buy the mercenary army and coup the entire country, technically. That would
Military
also be a
You could do that too.
option, but yeah.
I genuinely don't get some of these motherfuckers. Like we'll get into this a little bit later. Mindria, what are you doing?
I'm eating.
You're having a mukbang over there, dude.
I'm doing ominous munchies.
You gotta stop. We'll get into this a little bit later, but we did this
High
poll.
hopes for Pete.
Oh my god, we did this poll on the Discord earlier. I think yesterday, and fucking 11 motherfuckers voted for goddamn Andrew Yang. Pulling a goddamn through. I know he's super popular with the fucking internet crowd. I know he was on the H3 podcast.
Pretty unrealistic.
But for genuinely, what's the path to victory with Andrew Yang? What states do you see him winning?
Basically, he has to just sit out while all the other candidates just kill each other.
The thing is, Bloomberg, Pete, and all those people are already ahead of.
Just wait for everybody to pull out, and he'll be second place.
That is so not gonna happen. It's I will be.
For everybody. I mean, he went from 20 something to. Well, he went from 20 something to 5th place. So yeah.
He's not in Iowa.
No, overall.
No, not overall. But even if he was 5th place, that's 2%. I'm pretty sure he's in 6th or something. He's behind Bloomberg.
He's between 2 to 6% in the polls.
He's been running since 2017. He's been running since the worst season of MapperCast, and he's still polling at 2% nationally.
2017 is the worst season.
Yeah, of MapperCast. You kidding me? I'm not saying. Well, I don't.
That's a meme season.
I don't like him much, but he. Okay, I'm not arguing his basis as a candidate. I'm saying he does not have any path to victory. He should fucking drop out now if he actually cares about improving the country. Drop out and endorse.
Here's how he has a path to victory. Just wait.
How? What does that mean?
Wait till all the other candidates just pull out.
Oh my god, is that fucking Chris?
Look,
Chris!
Fucking ghost from the past? Holy shit.
Finally, Chris, why do you always not come here, even though I'm a little bit hypocritical now?
I was busy, but I'm here.
Who are you busy with? We need you!
Yeah!
I need an alternative opinion to,
yeah?
We need an alternative opinion to Cosmic, okay?
Yeah. Well, anyways, I was studying, but yeah, well, what's up, Cosmic? Well,
Talking about the
All right,
U.S.
right now we're
election.
talking about who we think, not who we want, but who we think is going to end up clinching this nomination over here in the States.
well, I don't know much
Obviously,
about
Jeb
it.
Bush.
Jeb Bush isn't a Democrat.
Well, Democratic Jeb Bush then.
Democrat.
I mean, Jeb Bush always wins, alright?
Jeb Bush has his own party, though.
I know.
Jeb.
Yeah, Jeb has his own party. It's called the Jeb Party. Vote for Jeb. Right him in.
Jeb! Fuck Jeb 2020. I love Jeb. He's got to run for something. He's a piece of shit asshole, but I love him. He's just hell. He's a
not an
hapless.
ass. He's not an asshole.
I mean, he's a little bit of an asshole. He's a wholesome
not-
asshole.
He's not an ass. He haven't been really mean to anybody.
Like, I have aunts and uncles that are piece of shit
Please
assholes,
clap.
but they're wholesome, and I love them,
Please
even though they're horrible people.
Please clap.
But anyways, Chris, your opinion, who is going to win?
Well, I know barely anything about American politics and that, but I
Going to
don't
give you a
know.
tip, Bloomberg is really high up there.
No, he's...
He's low.
I don't know. I've heard that
But-
that
but
Biden's
you
gonna win.
know- But
Actually,
don't you
wait,
know,
he's like in
he
fifth
moves. Yeah, he moves like Bloomberg, mate. He can't like.
Got that move like Bloomberg.
Feels the
Got that
blue.
moves like Bloomberg.
Oh yeah,
Wow,
yeah. I
crazy
guess so.
Bernie
He
Sanders
just passed
surging.
Andrew Yang. Michael Bloomberg just passed Andrew Yang in polls.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sad.
So Trump.
He's making his moves
Uh,
on.
Oh, yeah, Trump alert. What do you do, Priest?
Trump alert. Get shot.
yeah.
Get shot.
So 18 minutes ago, Trump said, "Wow, crazy Bernie Sanders is surging on the polls, looking very good against his opponents in the Do Nothing Party."
Holy fuck.
Okay.
If he
All right,
doesn't realize
he's
that
obviously
Bernie,
fucking
I didn't get
scared.
the Trump voice, but like,
He's scared.
in terms
Wow.
of,
Well, crazy Bernie Sanders is surging in the
the
polls.
thing with Bernie is I think
He
Trump
says that
doesn't
to
realize-
everybody. Guys, like, he's not scared.
Yeah, right?
Do Nothing Democrats.
The thing is, I think Trump doesn't realize that like Bernie has like the most credibility for us, like a poll or a study where they basically said which of these politicians do you find the most credible, and like Bernie was on the top there with like 54% of all people believing that he was
Yeah,
credible. I
because
think it was.
even if you
but I think
disagree
it
with
also,
him. go.
The thing is, I think it was also on Fox News,
Oh my god. Yeah, exactly.
which like
Even
makes
if you
it.
disagree with the guy, you can't fucking deny that he's genuine. He hasn't changed the policy position his entire fucking decade-spanning career. The guy is consistent. He's in it because he gives a shit.
What?
What do you mean?
Sometimes
Everything I
it's
just said was
Hey, wait.
objectively true.
Hey, well, what if you're like, you have a view today that when I held up
Look,
the-
Cosmic,
Let
I can't
him
argue
talk.
again. I can't argue against you, but I mean, it's not like I can take your word. I mean, you support the guys. It's not like I can take your word as fact.
Wait,
but,
Chris
you know,
is here? I didn't even notice.
Oh wow.
What if, guys, what if you have a view? Hey, what do you have a view that today, but would not held up like 20 years later? Would you, and you want to get voted in? Think that that you should just remain on that all the time? I mean, it would
If it's a
respectably.
shitty view, then you should move forward. There are certain views that if you ever held them, it's immediately disqualified. Even if you've gone against it, it's
Yeah.
disqualified.
So, can you hold that the same standards to everybody though? In that
Yes.
case.
Yes, you can. If you've spent your whole career just mimicking what maybe is popular, like if you're fucking Hillary Clinton who spent her entire career against gay marriage and then in fucking 2013 was like, oh yeah, actually, let me do this. No, you're a despicable human being if it took you that fucking long to decide that gay people exist and aren't humans. Like, you're a fucking trash person and you are disqualified from any role in public office.
I mean, obviously, but I'm saying that
Yeah.
using a reason to have a candidate like have a consistent view all their life is like, I mean, you can't really hold it for everybody.
I think you can. I mean, I don't understand why you can't. Why can't you?
Well, that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. You just gotta appeal to the and then you win. You don't gotta hold up to it at all. Like I still don't see any wall on the Mexican border yet.
It's being built.
Well,
Yeah, it's being built for you.
people are still
Only
jumping.
like
over it, though. I'm just gotta make it like 2 times taller, and bam.
Oh god, I could watch those for video. Fucking people, like the creative ass ways they hop that fucking fence. I could watch that shit for hours. And just
It's not even that
masturbate.
creative
Just
though.
masturbate.
They just put up a ladder and climb over it.
That's true. Well, some of them use the fucking wall as a ladder because Trump's
true.
a fucking idiot, so they made it out of
Okay,
slats. You can
Well,
just
that's-
use it as a ladder.
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's
I've
move on.
spent too much time on this
Let's move on.
topic.
Yeah, 'cause this
Next
is taking a
topic.
while.
What is the best and worst show we reviewed? Follow up.
Okay, are you at the dentist, Pfeiffer?
Oh,
What?
let's go there.
And follow up the best and worst season episode and why. I don't know. So what's the worst show we reviewed?
Okay, so here's the thing. Anytime we review the show, the moment the segment stops, it leaves my mind. It's gone.
Yes.
And I
It's
never...
The only dude I wasn't there yet in the podcast when that was happening, but the only thing I remember is like rectangular cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
That's like the worst.
Here's what I remember: rectangular cats. I remember Gauche. I remember the NASCAR videos.
Okay, the
Oh,
best
the
is gonna be
NASCAR.
Gosh. Yeah, that's the best.
I haven't.
My video.
Okay.
Did we
I
ever
haven't.
review you?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
you
did
did
review.
review you. That's why I'm not That's not I'm
Wait, do
bothering
they-
you with it anymore.
Do the MapperCast
Oh, yeah.
reviews count into this?
Sure.
I haven't reviewed a series in like 3 years.
Right,
Our-
Can I review Chris in there?
Very cool.
Chris. That's true. I remember the MapperCast reviews, and honestly, fucking Mysterious. It was the worst one.
Oh yeah, wait, we reviewed Mysterious! Oh yeah, Mysterious was way worse than rectangular cards.
quindi
The fuck is happening?
The entire Marvel entered the game.
And the movie and the spaghetti bolognese.
You're gonna get killed.
Can't, we can't keep talking. Like, as long as he's doing that, the show has to come to a halt.
Anyways, I think Mysterious, when he wasn't in the thingy yet, in the podcast, I think he's a candidate for the worst show.
You're kind of right. Here's the thing. The World show wasn't horrible. I like the idea of having two different shows that, like, connected into each other. But his USA show was he took, like, a Wikipedia map. It's gone now. There exists no record of it. But he took a Wikipedia map, like, with states and capitals and locations all over it, and, like, drew on it. It was really...
Boy.
Oh, actually, I remember reviewing that show. It was so hard to like find anything good about it. I was like, the story was kind of not shit. So that's cool start for you, but
Kinda not shit.
It was
like
kind.
that was a
Like,
cool start for you.
Okay,
rectangular cats.
follow-up.
Old
About
videos.
Oh yeah,
Rectangular
Freeze,
cats
you were
was
there for the first review, I think.
I can't remember what it was, but like I do remember rectangular cats though, and just like the images that get squished and it's
Yeah,
like,
it's bad.
Holy
there's like
shit.
so many text boxes everywhere.
I remember.
Oh yes,
I
that was
didn't-
so fucking.
I did not want to critique him because he put me in his Mapper Wars. Like I can't be bad
The
against
thing
him.
with rectangular cards is he like kept going. He uploaded almost daily for 3 years or 4
Daily
years
map
straight.
It was.
videos.
There are hundreds of Rectangular Cats productions.
If anyone wants to see it,
He
go
only,
subscribe.
he only left the mapping community a few months ago. That's when
Oh, he did?
and up to this point he still kept on with the mapping, like almost like every day, new video.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you can't knock the hustle, man. I feel like just for that, we can't say he's the worst. Like,
Yeah.
just that sheer dedication to his
Dedication
craft.
right
The thing is,
Yeah.
Cosmic, just because you're trying doesn't mean that's good.
Well, I feel like to say that he's the worst after the time he's put in, I think he's earned his severance package. Us not trashing.
Are we doing the follow-up?
Well, okay. So follow up. Okay, sure. Let's Viper,
Yeah, we're going next topic?
the follow up.
Best and worst season episode. The worst episode is the one without Cosmic.
Yeah, episode 38.
Agreed.
The best one is... I don't know.
Would you eat ass?
I think it's the first...
Hey,
I would
hey,
say
hey.
it's the first...
Hey.
I think it's the first episode. I think...
I don't.
No.
I don't know. I find the
I mean-
first one was the best. I don't know.
There are many good
Because
candidates,
it's the
like-
That-
first.
it's the first.
At once.
Let me
last
say,
epi-
I was so fucking terrified when we did that first episode. I was just sitting there. Hey, I'm Cosmic. How's everybody doing?
You know,
come on.
because it starts off the journey.
That's true.
Yeah.
It definitely, like, it's beautiful
what
to
I'm
look
saying.
back on, but
We became
That's
a
what I'm
family.
we did. So,
Familia.
swear to God, and just in the background, Mama the Boob!
I think there's several good candidates. Like the last episode was really good. I think
What about
Yeah.
episode 6-9?
the eating ass episode was legendary.
I guess.
Yep.
Yeah. What? The Torkov was the worst one.
No, okay, here, I got a ton of candidates. There's like, oh God, you could go into it. I loved the first episode I hosted, A New Hope. That was a great fucking episode. Obviously, the eating ass episode, the twerk off, the fucking the Tiger Star interview was great. Last episode was really good. Episode 69, though, I'm
Wasn't-
probably gonna go.
Was the
Episode
Tiger
6-9.
Star interview the show where the fucking electricity went out?
Oh no, not that. I mean the other one, the Tiger Star's Den. that was my favorite for a while. Because that was for the specific moment of like there was this weird, uncomfortable little moment in time where Mysterious got really into fucking Jordan Peterson, and it was bad. And as one, I was scared for him.
Lobsters.
But we brought Tiger Star on, and hearing Bob like have this whole ass debate with fucking Tiger Star about goddamn Jordan Peterson, and he got so shown up, and I felt bad. I felt so bad for poor Bob getting demolished by big boy Tiger Star Daddy's dick. It was crazy. One of my
I think
favorite
his
moments.
reputation carries it a little bit.
Yeah.
Ding.
So, but worst episode, I swear to God with that phrase. Cosmic Buzzes is definitely a contestant for worst episode.
What
That
episode was that?
It wasn't that long. I think it was 66, and I just couldn't fucking get in the call. I was just lagging and buzzing, and it was like an existential.
It was fun an hour ago.
Was it that one with the everyone just sounds like they're eating?
No, that one's
think so.
deleted. That one's deleted.
That was
Oh, the
hilarious.
ominous
That was
munchies is
hilarious.
probably the best episode.
Yeah,
I mean,
Here, Chris,
it's so
what do you?
good we had to take it from YouTube.
Chris, what's your favorite episode? What do you think the best episode is?
The first episode I was in.
Oh,
you
bring
Oh,
it in.
you.
No, I don't know.
I remember correctly, you had problems connecting with Hangout, Chris.
Oh yeah, I did. But it was still very memorable, and I love you guys.
We're a big family. Mamma mia.
You know, I still
No,
can't get.
no,
I still
I-
can't get
no.
over the nuclear thing. I'm looking at pictures. I'm looking at pictures of Chernobyl right now. Just like.
Viper, okay, Viper, you need to
Yeah,
put
but-
the phone down. You gotta take a
gotta
breather.
chill. Reddit is not the best place to go on.
So,
Okay. No, but
Follow up
seriously, my
season.
third
No, I'm on
was
Google
when,
Maps. Literally, I'm
I wanna
in
hear Chris.
interactive
was
view.
when was the episode when Cosmic was just yelling and screaming and ranting for like half an hour about fapping. That was good content.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a good one. I had fun with that. Let me say, I'm so sad that I left my fan on when I brought out the fog machine. So when I brought out the fog just kind of blows all off screen. I wanted it to like shoot everywhere, but the fucking fan was on because I'm a schmuck.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh yeah. Okay, favorite season.
Yeah. Well, I think we can all determine the fact that season 2 was the worst. Horrible.
Really? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 2017 season.
Was it that bad?
I don't remember.
It
We
was
barely
really
even hosted
See,
anything.
the fact that you don't remember is enough.
Huh.
Like, we barely
Well,
remember.
I remember
Okay.
no
Well, to
seasons.
this point, I didn't even know that there were seasons.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we're in season 5 now.
It says in the thumbnail of every episode, season.
I'm not looking at the thumbnail.
Everybody can agree that season 1 was a golden age.
season
Yeah.
one.
Season.
Because that's basically where everything got established.
We were all shy.
Now, I think half of the episodes of MapperCast happened in season 1.
Right.
I think.
Yeah,
Season
31 episodes.
Season 1 was, yeah, like you said, that was definitely the golden age. But I think we've had a lot of different renaissances and revivals since. I thought season 3 was really good. We started with A New Hope. That was kind of when the Discord was at its height, and there was definitely a strong community aspect. A lot of things came out of that. I thought we did a good job in season 4, bringing George on. We had, of course, the chicken, did a bunch of crazy shit like that. And yeah, but season 2 fucking sucks. And I wouldn't shed a tear if the entire thing was just removed.
What about season 3?
But wasn't season 2 the time where Rat and
That was
Mysterious
that was season 1.
That was season 1.
What about season 3?
Season 3 is good. That's what I was talking about.
Dense.
It was.
What was season 4? Season 4 was that.
I think
Season 4 is the last season.
When
Yeah,
do you
I
guys?
know, but I don't know. But we didn't host for a really long time in season 4.
I mean, season 4 had a bunch of that. All the episodes with George. That's a MapperCast Chicken was season 4.
Season
I was
3
like,
was
Fucking
our...
chicken is dead.
The game cards were in season 4. Like, season 4 had some good...
Season
Guys,
3 was
when do
our
you
most
determine that a
popular
new
one.
season starts?
Season 3 got the most views out of all the
Seasons are
views.
just like the year. So every
Yeah.
time...
Okay.
What if it's
Oh,
just
so we are in
like
a
what
new
if
season
we
now.
just have
Okay.
one episode in that year? Would that be just count as
No.
one season?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Season 3 is our most popular one. It got the
It
most
was.
views
It was
and
a
all
good
that.
season. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a
Yeah.
little bit of a renaissance.
We're
I'm
kinda
still
dropping in views,
looking
but
at
that
Chernobyl
doesn't-
pictures.
It's okay.
Oh my-
Here's the thing. I swear to God, Viper, you're gonna keep yourself a panic attack.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
Is this Rick and Morty?
About the view stuff, it's understandable. Also, it's fucking January, so nobody's watching shit on YouTube. Views just tank all over the place. I'm not worried about it. As long as we get to come out and do the show and have fun, I'm happy.
Aww.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, next up.
Viper.
Oh, I'm looking at pictures. Okay.
Oh my God!
Who is the most destructive figure in the mapping community?
Oh
I mean,
yes,
Oh.
yes.
This is debatable, but
Very debatable.
I would not
Yeah.
give him attention. But I would agree with who shall not be named because he wants attention.
Okay, so this is
Well,
gonna. I'm very excited for this topic.
Hell yeah.
Okay, the most destructive person in this series is Adolf Hitler.
Okay.
Hey.
I would say
So
multi-goal.
Imperial, you sounded pretty eager. Let's start with you.
Oh fuck.
NTR. Kidding.
What is the most destructive figure? I've never really.
The most destructive
I think-
figures
I
out of
think
the
there
MP.
were destructive eras.
You're
Like there was this one
Yeah,
main
Brill.
villain that. What?
Jabril.
Okay, whatever.
Jabril.
I thought you said Imperial, and I thought like, oh, why are you interrupting me? Okay.
I said Jabril.
Every era had its own main villain. What once was Romanian is now gone because he's gone. But I mean, when like this whole thing of getting your fans on other channels and dislike bombing the whole thing, I think that was pretty destructive. But it's nothing to what happened in the last year, to be honest. Because now we have like people. Not before that we had these radical people, but it was kind of okay. They stay quiet about it, and it's fine. They are the odd guys, yeah. They are just doing memes, and now we have people on Twitter being agitated by like people like fucking Paul Joseph Watson. I hate this name. Okay, like people that want to be like him and doing similar stuff, doing the right wing hot takes. And it's I've talked with some of these people, and they usually seem to be we are ironic. I can't.
Yep,
I'm
to get
willing
a
to buy that
jail-free
for
card.
some. I'm willing to buy that for some people. I'm willing, but I
problem-
think
the problem is-
irony is not the justification to
To be a
hide-
fucking bigot.
or
Also,
hide your own opinion. Like
Also,
you
many
must
people say it's irony, but in truth they believe that as well. In truth they believe that as well, and just say, "Oh, I'm not serious about it." But in truth, you are. You are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you must,
I can agree
you
with
must
that.
consider what starts as ironic will eventually become real.
Damn.
for many people,
I'm
it already
doing
has,
I'm doing these
unfortunately.
jokes, and I'm not fucking Nazi. No, don't think so.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah.
I saw you guys at
Deutschland.
two yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, I like dark humor, but there are obviously some people who do like jokes which are like Nazi related who actually are Nazi, but like the only way to not get shit from it, they're like, oh, it's a joke. I hate people do that.
Yeah.
Like just if you are a Nazi, just say it. Or don't be a Nazi. This is also good. But if you are a Nazi,
just admit that
If you say that in Germany, you're imprisoned.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Move to Poland. I don't know. And be a Nazi there.
Oh, Poland is the best country in Europe. Why can't we all be like
Easy
Poland
viral.
and fuck the gay people?
So, okay, destructive figures in
so
mapping.
stupid.
A lot of people are gonna say that is is the man that shouldn't be named. But overall, yeah, Jabril. Overall, his impact was minuscule, and it's not like a wide-ranging, massive seismic shift in the community. There have been different types of destruction. You go.
All the problematic figures in mapping are just reincarnations of Jabril.
Okay.
Guys,
Wait, do you
remember
the time when Colonial Anchor and like some other dudes nuked the TMC?
Yeah, I remember that. That was a whole fucking thing.
Just a reminder, Jabril invented space mapping.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I hate that so much. Anyway, there have been figures that, because of how fucking immensely shit their content was, really spread out unfortunate styles of mapping, like fucking Romanian. One of his big side effects is, wow, now all mapping is terrible because all the people are like getting their inspiration from a piece of shit. But obviously that wasn't the big issue with him. It was phobia and that shit.
Oh wow, calls to talk about Romania. I could have never guessed that.
Yeah, we're talking about destructive figures in the community. Romanian is up on that list.
I mean, he's up on the list, but I won't say he's
He is the Darth Vader to DRM's.
Chris is still having this irrational sympathy to Romanian.
No, I never had.
Some things stay the same.
The only thing I like about Romanian is the tripod devil ball. Like that is
Welcome to prison.
I have a picture of it in my room, which I touch to every day.
Actually, I would like to redeem some things I've said. The scariest situation in my life when I saw this thing.
Like, come on, like, I mean, he might be a homophobe, he might be a bad mapper, but the tripod devil ball, guys, come on.
That's true. That makes up for all of it.
Yeah, definitely.
The unholy trinity.
It's like Chick-fil-A. You put up with the homophobia for the chicken sandwich. Put up with the homophobia for the tripod team.
Well, I remember all the arguments against him. It was like, "Why are you a homophobe? That's so gay." It was I mean, I wouldn't really say he's destructive, but he was just kind of slightly. I mean,
considering that pretty much the vast majority of Romanians in this community are fascists anyway, for some fucking weird reason.
All people, most Romanians I know in this community have some weird fetish for authoritarianism.
I don't.
Those are fucking
I don't fucking get why they hate you, Iron God. The Iron God fucking sold Romania to Germany.
Yeah,
like, they said, okay, we're not going to care that Germany just gave Hungary, Northern Transylvania. Transnistria, which is filled with Ukrainians, definitely is a compensation for North Transylvania. Oh wait, we're going to eventually get it back. The Germans will definitely give it to us.
I completely agree.
Like fucking Nazis are going to give it back.
They should have sold Romania to Italy, not to Germany.
Okay. Yeah, but we're talking about figures, not political figures.
Well, I'd say though, like, I don't know, the guy from last year, because that was the closest it ever came to, like, getting actual police investigating it, because, making false DMCA claims is illegal, and that's like perjury, several counts of that, a few counts of counts of like threatening people, saying I'm gonna hire a $50 hitman to kill you. That's all. And yeah, I was pretty close to like compiling like a report for this guy. The problem is though is that like couldn't
you shouldn't say it. Don't give them an idea.
Well, no, but it's like I wanted to do it, but since I wasn't the direct victim, I couldn't. So, and I told the other people, like, okay, why don't you just like send this to the FBI and they'll they'll like throw this guy in prison, but that never happened.
Some guy threatened this to me recently. Okay, not recently. Some months ago, 1 month ago, some guy threatened this to me, and like I said, I actually portrayed him the whole thing we have gathered in the chat and my personal knowledge about law. I gathered that and put it onto him, and he was like, "I'm gonna try nevertheless," and still nothing. I'm still. That is such a good feeling that he doesn't manage to do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. What he did, it was definitely the most unique case of a destructive figure, and
yes,
I don't think it's that original though. I think there are a lot of trolls that go out there.
And it's true, but in this community specifically, that was the first kind of big like ooga booga moment. Like, oh shit,
ooga booga.
Yeah,
there was one earlier that year where somebody also fake reported people. Like, that's how George got his channel, for example, terminated, and never got it back.
Yeah, that's true.
But the thing with that person is the person eventually just said, I'm not this person anymore, I have changed, and then just everything was silent. But the channels never went back, so...
We are good.
Disaster.
We should move on.
Well, no, I gotta lay down the law. Gotta set the record straight. Write that narrative.
Of course you
Currently, of course you do. Of course you do. I'm above the fray. I'm not gonna say anything.
Come on, say it, man. Come on.
Currently, the most destructive figure in this community, just observing from afar, is
you.
Is me.
Yes.
Is fucking DRM, Dutch Republic Mapping.
Really?
He has. I legitimately think so, man. He is creating.
No, okay, I'd say he's pretty respectable compared to RKM and that other Romanian guy. And
Look,
that other Romanian.
I see what you're right, but
guy.
DRM has. It's not just about his beliefs. It's about his fucking weird amount of power. He's huge.
Weird amount of power.
He's
like proxy fighters.
I mean, he has kind of created this echo chamber.
He legitimately is creating this weird, like, cut-off little cult that is spreading out and infecting the fucking community with these disastrous beliefs, using, like, the same kind of playbook that the extreme right has used in a lot of just...
Okay,
all across the country. Yeah. Massive, veiling their fucking deep bigotry in this mask of, like, oh, it's all just jokes, bro!
But from all these cases I've seen, they are pretty young. Like yesterday or some days ago, there was this thing about a guy who was 13, and this tsunami guy on Twitter this tsunami guy on Twitter is supposedly American but can't spell trigger right because he just Trigure. Okay then. Trigger.
Okay, so
I'm a pitcher.
I mean, they can't be too old, and that's dangerous. That's fucking dangerous.
Well, yeah, they're like 13, and their parents haven't smacked them hard enough yet.
Wow.
I think these might be cases that have been smacked a bit too hard.
Okay, so in the past, I said something racist, and I get yelled at. I'm like, okay, so don't say. What's so hard about that?
What were we saying, Chris?
I want to ask something. Like, I know barely anything about DRM. Like, the only thing I know about the DRM situation is that I like his videos. I'm just saying that I like his videos. We have talked like a few times, but like barely, maybe a thumbnail once. And I know there's like a whole shitstorm about him. And there's something about his Discord server.
Man,
other than that, I know nothing. So can you please?
I love Chris. Every time there's a destructive figure, he has like this tiny little connection.
Yes.
Sympathy. I talked to Romanian a few times. I like his videos. I talked to Daniel.
He's like these guys who watch Star Wars and hope that the bad guys win.
Okay, well,
it never happens. It never happens.
Anyways, so I'm just gonna be hard for you guys to be objective. Can you please tell me objectively, please? I beg of you.
Freeze, how about you break it down? You're the one in all the Twitter fights.
So you want me to explain? So DRM himself, he's just kind of a poopy little poopy head. He makes
Amazing.
Your poopy head. Want me to spell it out?
Well, okay, now I understand.
But like besides that though. I don't know. He's like not exactly a fascist, but it's a little bit more obvious that he's joking about it. But
he used to be a fascist.
But he's like the ringleader of like all these like Romanian angry
Eastern European generally.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
they're all
Or
over
very
Twitter.
traditional Americans.
And they're all over
American
Twitter,
as well.
and they're like, immigrant. or something
Okay, let's probably move on.
Okay, well,
Why?
Yeah,
It's
let's
getting
move on.
interesting.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
can I
getting
ask-
interesting now, man.
Can I ask the last thing? When you say fascist, do you mean like the actual competent evil Nazis, or the idiotic extreme right, or the actual fascists? Like, what do you mean by fascist here?
It varies between.
DRM actually referred to himself as the classical Italian fascist. So I guess there's some experience in there.
Well,
I guess he
referring to it
has
in
read
being
the
a-
stuff. He has read the stuff, but it doesn't matter anyways because most of them are rather the Eastern European kind of shit.
Ah, okay, so the idiotic extreme right, but
Yes.
but referring to it and being two different things. Like, believe me, there are a bunch of mappers that I'm a fascist, but they're not actually fascist. Just being either like edgy or.
I would say
Like
that DRM is intelligent. I would say that
No.
DRM is
Like
intelligent
you.
enough to know that. I don't think he's a dumb person, not at all.
Yes, yes, I think it's really fun. Yes, Colin, it's really fun to be a fascist, being hated by everyone.
Victim.
I love being well.
Can we move
That's the
on?
same.
huh?
That's the same with
No,
gender
Mindria.
minorities, mate.
It's the reach that he has, and every time I see him tweet some dumb fucking vacuous bullshit about Syrian immigrants and rape and funny, I'm epic, is hilarious, and it has like 37 likes. You know, and even see likes on there from people I fucking know and really like and respect. It's very disappointing. It's fucking shitty. And I'm worried. I'm genuinely worried. I hope it falls off. Again, like, he's a pretty young guy himself. I don't think he has a whole lot of nefarious intent. He's
16 is he? I don't know.
I thought he was I thought he's either 14 or 15. Right?
All right.
I mean, by default,
The,
most
the, old,
fascists
the
are-
oldest of the young are the oldest of the youngest.
DRM was either 15 or 16, I think.
All right. Still
Oh.
pretty young.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was 16, I was a fucking monarchist. So maybe he'll grow out of it. Maybe he will grow out.
I
of
hope
it.
so. I genuinely hope so.
The reason is
Okay.
he already kind of
Alright,
grew out
move
of
on.
his fascism.
Okay.
And I remember with the Jacobins, where we had like this whole argument
Oh boy.
because he said, "Yeah, I'm a fascist," and basically we were like,
So
confronting
what?
him with that. And that's also how he got kicked out of the Jacobins, because he basically sent screenshots from the Jacobins on his own server and then dead.
Oh yeah.
Okay, guys. I gotta admit something about Romania. You know,
The secret is unraveled.
I have a few. You always, because I mentioned that every time that there's a crisis about a map, right? I always have some connection to it. Daniel, Romanian, and now DRM.
You
But, like,
are Romanian and
no, yeah, I'm all of them. I created this. No, but
You know what I said
Daniel.
about Jabril? No, that's
Okay, but the reason for
oh, fuck! Shut the fuck up, Cosmic.
the
I don't want to be reminded.
The reason for that is that I actually liked him. Like, he was an actual friend. And DRM, I don't know. I liked his videos. So I want to talk to him. That's the only reason. But Romanian is a more of a sinister.
Okay, we gotta hear it. We gotta hear it. Keep it down, Chris.
I mean, it's not sinister, but compared to the other two, it's a bit stupid. But
Does it include Chernobyl? Does it include Chernobyl?
No. I was like, Romanian's got a lot of hatred, which means he's getting really popular. If I side with him, I will get some attention too.
Are you
know,
fucking serious?
You know, Romanian's not that bad of a guy.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
You were already like a member of this show at its height. Like, is that not enough clout? You have to have like the negative clout.
I regret
Are you
doing
dumb?
that.
Are you dumb?
I regret.
Are you mentally deranged?
I regret.
Are you
doing that.
retarded?
But it was still kind of fun.
You know, like these people that gang up on the loser. No, Chris is just throwing him in. Like, oh, come at me, bro.
All right, let's move on. All right.
All right.
Alright, next topic is pose. Okay.
No, Paul. Okay. Alright.
You know which one, Cosmic.
What are we starting from? We're starting from
Cosmic.
fucking... Oh my god, okay, so we're gonna get into
Yeah.
this because we're gonna... It's a stupid fucking thing. We got, well, is Cosmic insecure about his sexuality? Yes and no. And yes, one, even though my entire fucking legacy has been nothing but
You
spreading
didn't
sexual
say didn't
openness.
say how many people.
Sigmund Freud.
Yeah, 54.
That
Okay.
could be like mistaken for a lot of.
I'm always too
The
retarded to
reputation.
find the daily poll thing. Where is it? Where is the fucking
It's
thing?
poll of the
There
day.
it is.
Yeah, poll of the day. Scroll up.
Oh shit.
Anyways,
Oh, never
Alright,
mind
so this
then.
was perpetuated by Rat. So Rat, how about you break down? What's the argument here?
The argument is that basically because you can't keep shutting up about your sexuality, that you have an obsession with it, and morbid obsession.
Morbid.
And,
Morbid obsession.
Right, buddy. All right.
and because I've read Sigmund Freud my entire life, I now know that you subconsciously are insecure about you and you have penis envy.
Sigmund Freud was the original gamer.
Okay, let's break that shit down.
By the
Let's
way,
break
I
that
want to
weird
interrupt.
fucking bullshit down. Yeah.
Yeah.
If the power plant did actually explode,
Oh my god.
we will have an economic crisis. Canada will be screwed.
Big smoke. Okay, next poll.
No, I gotta defend myself.
Let's go.
I specifically made a note. I genuinely don't. Like, if I was out here saying weird shit, bragging about my sexual conquests, not that there's a lot to brag about, but legit, I just am open in discussion of it. It comes up a lot, sure. Usually not prompted by me. Usually we'll talk about circumcision that's brought up by other people.
where millions of
swear to
people
fucking
early this
The thing is, when the topic comes up, I don't fucking shy away from it and hide under a hole and go, "Oh, Mommy Nancy Reagan said I can't talk about my nose parts." Like, sexuality is one of the most core human experiences. It is such
core.
It is! It's like one of the most... Oh my god. It's like you eat, you sleep...
No sex before marriage.
Shit, you those are the 4 things that people are here on the planet to do. And you want to just cut off one of them? Oh, we can't talk about that! Like,
The thing is, there are times when it's appropriate to talk about it, and then there are other times where you just shoehorn it.
Okay, on a podcast for
That's
entertainment is not an appropriate place to do it.
Every second, yes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that's bullshit. I come on the show, and
yeah.
I play shit up. That's the goal of the show!
Yeah, see, Majestics is asking whether this is kid-friendly, mate. Think about the kids.
No, it's not! It's not, okay?
Let's just continue with the polls. Let's just continue.
We are a podcast about nations bombing each other. I don't think that's kid friendly.
Okay, let's keep going with the poll, guys. Keep going with the polls.
We talk about genocide and male anus.
Hey, guys!
Alright, let's move on. Let's move on.
And satanic tripods.
Yay, genocide.
Continue the polls. Are you guys done?
Okay, yes. Do you
Well,
think
now
that
then.
Russia and the United States are in a new Cold War?
Yes.
No, one, because we're not. Okay. Next we got, do you think South America is likely to become the next Middle East due to corruption, instability, and protests? And no one, because that's a fucking stretch to say that.
Okay. Well, I guess Cosmic is a narrator here. We're not going to say anything, but okay.
Okay, you can say shit. I'm sorry, I'm moving past. What do you have to say?
Yeah, no, just continue.
No, you're here. I want to hear from you.
No, next poll maybe. Oh shit, never mind.
Come on. Don't be like a fucking testy girlfriend.
No, you ruined it.
No, you're right. Yeah, okay, keep moving.
You ruined it, Cosmic.
Okay, I ruined it. All right.
You ruined it. Maybe next time, calm down.
Okay, fucking just go already.
Maybe next time, fucking calm,
guys. Focus on the polls and.
See, Viper's trying to choke this train along.
We gotta get to the Q&A.
Come on, right now. We're going. Next poll. What do you usually wear when you go to sleep? Full set of pajamas, some pajamas, some clothes, underwear. Underwear 1.
Cosmic's mom.
You know, the weird dualism between going to bed with just a shirt and going to bed with the trousers. That's like a very driving theme in my life.
Who wears pajamas?
I don't.
You fucking nerd.
I just wear.
I'm wearing it right now.
I just wear what I wore for the whole day and go to bed.
Really?
I just don't change
Jump
at all.
off a window.
I either wear underwear or I fucking sleep in that shit naked.
What if it's cold?
Oh, definitely underwear. First of all, I'm never cold. I'm always goddamn 90 degrees. That's why I have a fan constantly.
What if it's a war?
What? If there's a war, I'll do it naked.
Commando.
But what if there's a war?
Okay.
You should sleep naked, by the way.
Oh, we just went over this.
That is not a sexual thing. Like, if you legitimately
I'm
can't...
not going to sleep naked because I'm going to get a fucking cold that way.
Yeah, me
No!
too.
Okay, that is a fucking grandma's tale. Right, do some research.
No, I have some problems with my windows. Like, it's really cold in my room. Like, I can't.
But think about it: if someone breaks into your house and just sit there, your prime opportunity to just relieve some
helicopter.
stress.
Oh, guys, I'm gonna fade out, guys. Oh, shit. Be right.
Oh no!
I'm gonna fade out. I'll probably fade back in during questions. I don't know.
Okay. Imperial has a point. If someone breaks into your house, you can just go up from the bed and do the helicopter, and they'll be scared.
Damn straight. Someone breaks in your house and they walk in your room, standing there on your bed.
MapperCast tips.
They walk. Yeah, MapperCast tips.
Defense gear.
Don't want to get raped or something while sleeping.
Defense mode activate.
Initiate pajama.
So we got how are you concepted,
This is
born, etc.
That was such a fucking weird.
I don't know why stillborn was an option.
We better talk about this. Completely normal 1 by 32.
Just keep going. Keep going.
Okay, completely normal 1 by 30, and then completely normal I think came in at second. What's like the wackiest one that we can comment? Contraception failed. Got 2.
Stillborn.
Let's put those people on blast right now. Who voted? Who's an X? Freeze.
Yeah, it broke, but they were like fine with that anyways, so you know they just let it go.
I think
that happens.
I think I had to be cut out. So
I may have actually had like a twin, but they just like died somewhere along the way. So
you've eaten him, monster.
You fucking ate the twin.
He ate the fetus.
That's fucked up.
Number one victory royale.
Okay, what else?
All right, next we got. Who do you think will win the Democratic nomination for president of the United States of America?
Wait, didn't we talk about that?
Yeah, well, we didn't talk about the results of the poll. I want to say I like Batran. I like Bracket putting down a fucking declining graph for Elizabeth Warren. Bernie Sanders won with 32 votes, and Yang came in second. Wait, no, Joe Biden came in second, but Yang came in third with 12. Which, again, if you think that, you're fucking delusional. You're deluded. You need some.
Yeah, sadly, it's true. Sadly, he's the only Democrat I don't hate.
First gamer president.
Why? Andrew Yang is such a fucking hack.
This would be really Bloomberg, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Or Pete.
I'd rather vote fucking Bernie Sanders.
Oh yeah, another thing that also freaked me out for the power plant is because somebody said this is the same warning for Chernobyl. Same warning for Chernobyl.
Void with the fucking
I swear to
nuclear power
God,
plant.
next month we have a post-apocalyptic series in Canada from Void Viper where he talks about his
the new
adventures
Chernobyl.
after Chernobyl 2 Canada edition.
Oh my god.
Alright, so I guess that's that.
Free for all! So I'm gonna talk more about Chernobyl and Canada.
With how many people that are still watching? 21. Alright.
Anyways,
take
guys,
2 hours.
I have to go for now. I might come back when the podcast is still on.
Oh.
I don't know how
don't go.
Don't leave me there.
You just promised to suck my dick.
Oh.
Man, we can do that next time when I'm at your place. But things. I might come back depending on how long the podcast will go on.
Probably for another 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Cosmic loves
me. For another 2 hours, when I might, if it's like longer than half an hour, then I might actually come back.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll see it.
Free for all blowjobs.
So we got only. Shit! Only bro. I can't believe we forgot about.
Just in case that I'm not going to come back. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Will MapperCast continue after the nuclear apocalypse?
No.
If we get the
song.
If we get the boys, we are going into the live broadcasting devices that are still going.
No, I'll be too busy recreating the Roman Empire from the ashes.
I swear to God.
Oh, Chris, did you see that? Chris, did you see that Italian soldier, modern Italian soldier versus Roman?
I'll do it. I'll do it now.
It's an interactive story where you make the Romans win or make the Italian soldier win.
Oh, okay.
The Romans or the Italian soldiers? Alright,
Viper, the description says a rat made the thumbnail. That's incorrect.
Oh shit!
Discredited. Alright, so Only Bro said, why did you mention alternate history of Maine?
What was the worst
series? Do you guys remember that? The Only Bro show?
Wow.
Alternate history of Maine? Nobody remember that. It was fucking fever dream. It was horrific.
Maine?
Brackets is asking the real question. Would you eat your own ass?
Shut up.
My own.
Yes.
I can barely reach my dick.
I got another thing to say. If Chernobyl happened to Canada,
oh my god!
Wait, we're gonna get that warning, and then it actually happens, and we're all dead.
Void, please.
No, that's good. I don't like Canada.
Prepare to die.
And also, most of the money comes to the GTA, so we're gonna lose half the GTA, and Canada is financially fucked.
GTA?
No,
Who from the current cast is most likely to be on the upper side of the concentration camp? What do you mean? What do you mean? Who's guarding the concentration camp?
Well,
Or who's
Rat
using gas?
would be guarding it.
Same, to be honest.
Chris,
Although I would be in because I'm disabled.
Rad. Yeah.
Rat would
like
Chris.
he would patrol the line with fucking pride. Each
Yeah.
step.
I would have to get
Ridiculous.
a weird ass explanation why my hand is missing. Or like I lost it in then it's fine.
Yeah, Radwood.
GTA is called the Greater Toronto Area.
GTA San Andreas.
No, GTA San Andreas.
Grand Theft Auto.
No, it's Greater Toronto Area.
Atchison Animations asked, "Is ever reviewed?" We talked about that earlier, but I don't think we ever came to like.
Wait, what? Well, oh wait, what is?
And Chris wasn't here. Chris, what's the worst series we ever reviewed?
Well, like I said, I haven't reviewed a series in 3 years. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you were there for that. Fuck.
Gosh, was still the best.
Probably
Gorsh.
Probably Gorsh.
Golly.
It was definitely the Only Bro show. Either that or.
Okay, let's.
We got Cosmic Mapping Season 1. Oh, Season 1 of the show
Was the most awkward season. I watched a few episodes. You guys were so quiet. Yeah, we were.
Here's the thing. For the first like 5 episodes of the show, yes. But like once we got into, especially once I started hosting, we hit our groove. That was the golden age. Fucking golden age. We evolved so fast. It was great.
We evolved.
Evolution is continuous.
Evolution complete. Bailing strain activated.
Does Freeze Pond like Rule 34?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's a broad fucking question. Like, Rule
that's a given.
For MapperCast, Paladins or Overwatch?
Rule 34 MapperCast.
Hell yeah, brother.
Someone do that, please. I beg you.
Yeah, please, somebody.
Don't do it.
That.
Even I'm saying don't do it, so you really shouldn't do it.
Who has the most stab to the mafia on the show? Of course, Chris, because he's Italian.
I want to draw in a Chris giving me like some severe.
Cosmic, you gotta ask Finn Mapper to do that.
I kind of hate, the mafia though. Like.
Yeah, that's why you have debt with them. Because you hate them because you owe them a lot of money.
No,
hey, Cosmic,
Cosmic,
this is a question for you. Have you watched JoJo? If so, what's
No, I haven't watched JoJo.
This is not even the question. This is not even the question. The question is, have you watched JoJo? And if so, what's your favorite character? Okay, I like Joseph Joestar because I think that would be one of the few cases I would allow a dick in my ass.
This is the only thing I can agree with Cosmic. I won't watch JoJo.
Thank you, Chris. Solidarity. Class solidarity.
Solidarity forever.
We got a question, Ian Cordobo. When will we get some of that? Okay, some of that spice. I can't say that. I'm sorry. I want to, but out of respect, I won't.
It's gonna get us demonetized.
It's out there. You can find it probably.
From HydrGod Animations, necrophilia or zoophilia? Guys, what you say?
God, that's a
zoophilia.
What the fuck?
Actually, fun fact: zoophilia was banned in Sweden after a man.
I mean, yeah, I'd hope so. I'd hope so, Chris.
Yeah, he was banned because he died while fucking horse.
Actually, I would probably go to some. I would hope that someone is dying. I would ask of consent and then fuck him after it's gone.
That's her. Like
animals can't consent. Well, animals are not true people.
What about like a dog fucking you? Like I feel like that's
you have the right to.
This is a weird submissive way.
Next question.
I feel it's less.
Next question, guys.
I feel that it's less morally repugnant to let an animal fuck you than to fuck a dead body.
They were both disgusting.
No,
They're both horrible. Don't get me wrong. What do you think, Freeze?
What do you think, Freeze?
I'd say more just like, okay, because if it's like,
can we get your expert opinion?
so it's bad, yeah, but like, I mean, at least dead people are humans too, you know.
And they can't complain. They can't complain. They don't even feel it.
Holy shit! I like shot up into the sky and you fucking took
Okay,
it.
well, if I had to shoot a fucking, I don't know, a lion or fucking a person who just died, I would fuck the person who just died.
Guys, we need more questions. Come on, guys. Question.
I'm surprised nobody has asked me about Chernobyl.
Yes, we know about Chernobyl.
Because you already answered all the other
from that
questions.
I can't get over what happened today.
Remember this. I wish I was gay. Okay. That was a miss. I meant to say I wish I was bisexual.
Why are you not bisexual?
I got a poo too.
For all of MapperCast, which is better, fucking talent?
Oh my god, no, I don't like Chernobyl. It's scary.
Oh my god, can you just get over it? For the love of God.
Somebody asked me that, so I had to answer it.
What country would you delete?
Overwatch.
America. Oh, the country of Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch.
Which country I would delete?
The United States of America.
None of them.
Probably.
If I say which one I want to delete, it was whoever's
Like
my country is
Vatican
going to get.
City.
Vatican!
By the Pope! Cosmic, say it again.
Like 10 people live.
The fucking...
That's the least amount of death and
60
destruction.
people.
I would...
600.
Fuck the Pope, man. Who cares?
I would delete North Korea. I would delete North Korea.
I would delete France. Actually, no, not a USA.
The least amount of people die if you delete the Vatican.
No.
I think deleting North Korea would delete the nuclear regime.
What about
You also delete all of the victims. Like, who are you saving? You're killing all of them.
Well, any country, if I delete any country, I kill all of them.
One at a time.
Oh, wait, Liechtenstein is pretty big, actually.
Wait, can we also delete unrecognized states?
Chernobyl.
Well,
Chernobyl, yeah, we can delete
Palestine's already
Chernobyl.
being deleted, so
The Republic of Chernobyl.
Yeah, delete Chernobyl, yeah.
People's Republic of Chernobyl, PRC.
Logistics mapping says I haven't been doing anything.
Guys, we need to delete the Roman Empire.
Okay.
No.
No,
you can't.
It's my brain to like.
You can't. You can't delete something that does not exist anymore.
I mean,
it does exist in my heart.
Delete it, so.
If Chris reforms,
Chris, you should see that video I posted.
It exists in fucking Chris's like goddamn.
Chris, you should see that video I posted. The Roman.
Cosmic, this is a question for you. Who is keeping you from being bisexual?
Nobody is keeping me from being bisexual. You can't shoot. Freeze, you are.
Maybe it is the Pope. Maybe the Pope is pressuring Cosmic into not getting bisexual.
If I could snap my fingers and be instantly into Shlungus and Bungus and Flongus and Skrungus, I would.
What about
do it.
Skrungus?
Skrungus as well.
What about the Skrungus?
Well, you wanna? Why don't you just?
Because I can't, like, I'm not into. Like, I would.
You haven't tried it.
I've seen a lot of penises in my day, and never a one.
I have seen a lot of penises in my day.
Yeah, I've never. Like nothing about the male. Okay, nothing about the male.
Cosmic, do you remember that one dick? He sent.
I remember that one dick.
Nothing about the male form has ever excited.
Okay, well, what if it was like a woman?
Really
like
hairy
full-
ass.
Cosmic really needs to watch JoJo's
Okay.
then.
How
Really
familiar are you
hairy
with a Japanese mythology?
Are we talking like
AKA
Japanese
hentai.
raps and shit?
No, the other one.
I don't know. What do we?
I don't like saying it. I feel like it's like a cursed word plus.
Say it.
Police say it.
No.
Say it.
Say it.
Say it.
Hentai.
Say
You
it.
can't like. You can't set it up and then not say it.
What I thought you'd be more well versed in this.
Sorry, maybe I am.
I took you for an expert.
I watch anime.
Maybe I would. Are we talking about like Taiwanese ladyboy?
What?
No, not like.
Taiwanese ladyboys.
I'm talking about.
what?
You mean you? Oh, you mean a woman with dick? With the big dick?
Yeah. But like actually,
What was the name? What
women.
was the fucking name? I know it.
Ah.
Something with A.
Cosmic,
It's
let
just
me
like,
help you.
yeah, what, Chris?
Close your eyes. Imagine a male lip with herpes. Wouldn't that
Okay,
be
see, you wrote. See, I was like ready for you to take me. Close my eyes. I surrendered myself.
Futanari.
No,
Futanari. There
There you go. So okay, what's your opinion on that then?
you go. I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm not into biological meaty people.
But it's like
Cosmic.
Like here's the thing. The idea of a woman like bending, like just slamming you over backwards, and you to hell and back with the strap on. Like that, I'm down with. But like a biological.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's
got
right.
it.
Taking notes.
Yeah.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
so you wouldn't.
Yeah,
it's like,
No,
Go ahead.
no.
Yeah,
Like,
Cosmic.
like, let me make my point. Now you like, you're not adding any.
When was Chris ever adding anything?
I am a very okay. Imperial, if you would leave right now, and no one would cry.
If you died right now, nobody would care.
Yeah, but if I would just leave this call right now, everyone would commit suicide. So you better be scared.
I mean,
Please stop playing the
it's
guitar.
true.
I hold this call hostage.
Okay,
All right,
Cosmic.
question-
Question for you.
Question for everyone, even though it was added at me. Ian Cordoba says, "What is the most embarrassing thing that has happened to us in all 72
Twerking.
episodes of the show?"
Twerking. That's my twerking.
Really?
If I could go back in time when I did, I would just punch myself until he could. My past me couldn't move.
My most embarrassing thing is anytime I like made some shitty bird-brained intervention argument and said that I was an American patriot.
No,
that is most definitely my most embarrassing moment. Like every time I ever shook my ass on stream, every time I ever like said my most intimate desire, that's great for me. That's just like opening up and sharing and having a show. But
Opening your ass.
like anytime I said some bullshit about being, I'm an American patriot, fuck that shit. I cringe when I hear it. I'm sorry I ever.
I completely get it.
When did you lose your patriotism?
Where were you when this happened? Where were you when this happened?
American blood surging through every goddamn vein of my body.
My
What's
boy.
that?
Cast members will
If you're a nationalist, you're useless to your whole country.
DRL will hunt you down.
Yeah.
Okay.
National-
If you ain't a good patriot, you ain't an American.
Cosmic.
Yeah?
Hey, Cosmic, I got a question for you. After all these years, have you changed your opinion on the important question?
What's the important question?
I don't know. Frick
Would
on-
you eat?
Is it would I eat ass?
Probably.
Maybe.
If it's would you eat ass, the answer is fucking yeah, I would. If I was given the opportunity, I would love to be a card-carrying member of the ass society.
Alright, we'll take Q&A
Ass
for a
society.
few more minutes, and then we're going. Yes, I am Chinese.
Cosmic,
Yes, I
really
am
serious.
Chinese.
Yes, I am China man.
No, I'm not.
I am China, man.
I am China man.
No, I'm not China man. No.
Yes,
I am
Alright.
Chinese, but I'm not China man.
Yes,
Okay,
you are.
guys.
Imperial, what character from JoJo do you think I would like the most?
Okay. Since Cosmic has a clear tendency to openness but dominance, I would say Giorgio Giovanna. If Cosmic is getting killed all over again.
Alright, Majestics has been asking, is it worth trying to get back into mapping? It seems to be a bit different from 3 years ago.
Who joined?
Rat has
Rat.
Rat! Stop it! There was a very interesting question. Fricon just asked, which JoJo character would Cosmic be the most into?
Cosmic, that's... I'm lost on that question, to be honest.
No, I've given an answer, now you need to.
Thanks, people.
The thing is, I don't know who Cosmic would be into.
Yeah, well, you know Cosmic for so long now. You know his sexual desires. You know how he looks. You know everything about him.
Old Joseph, perhaps?
Okay then. getting strangled.
All right, old Joseph. Awesome. What are your thoughts on this image?
It's great.
Which image? I can't view the
I
chat
don't
at the
fucking
moment.
know what that shit is.
No, but we didn't answer the question. Is it worth trying to get back into mapping? The scene community seems to be a lot different from 3 years ago.
It's true, it is immeasurably.
Majestic, come back.
Immeasurably different.
You make good videos. What?
Majestic, you actually were a good mapper. Please.
Majestic, what happened to his that like visual novel? What it's called?
Yeah, Chris
You're
and
making.
Majestics, where is that? I won that contest. Where's the video?
Become fascist and you will get it.
Guys, when can we release MapperCast dating simulator?
No.
Let me say right now, if I came across like an massive amount of money, that's the first thing I'd do. Finance a fucking
MapperCast dating simulator.
honey pop. It would be great.
No.
Yes.
We'd have special character, like secret characters. You could unlock George, and you could unlock my neighbor and the chicken.
Void Viper.
Chicken.
Void Viper.
No, Viper would be like the key. Like he would teach you all that you need to know.
What about the dentist? What about the dentist?
The dentist? Oh, the dentist. Oh yeah, Lee.
Yeah, Lee.
No.
Holy shit! I love this idea so much. We gotta make it happen, guys.
Who would be the?
By the way, are we saying the wrong name?
Who would be the Tsundere character?
Oh,
Me.
Rat.
Rat. Yes.
should I
Yes.
be it?
Yes.
What will I be?
You're like
Chris.
the go-getter.
Chris.
You're like
Chris
the out
even
there.
more. Chris even more.
Really? I don't think so.
No.
Cosmic, this is a
Chris
question
watch
for you.
girls on Panzer.
Cosmic, this is a question
I
for
watched
you.
one episode. I watched one episode.
Question for me? What's the question for
Yeah,
me?
what is Project MM?
Oh my god! Okay, Project MM is a secret. It's not.
No, I can reveal it.
No shit! Don't, Rat! Don't seriously.
No,
Don't.
I mean, Cosmic,
I'm
it
not
will
going
never
to reveal
happen.
it in the radio.
Well, it's time to spoil it to everyone.
No, we're not doing that.
Project MM is a corpse that has been rotting down underground for the last.
Is it as rotting as
Yeah.
Chernobyl?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yes.
Project MM will see the light of day someday. It will.
If my books ever get very popular, I'm gonna spend $1,000 to
Project-
Cosmic, and then we will
Project
get the
MM
fucking
is
game.
our Project MM is our secret dealship with the M&Ms.
Yes.
There's gotta be like some way that we realistically finance the MapperCast Stadium. There's gotta be a way.
You could
We'll find a way.
Patreon,
You could
guys,
do a
finance
Kickstarter.
MapperCast dating simulator.
I'm thinking we do the Kickstarter. Like, I
Alright.
genuinely love this idea. I want to do it so much.
Wait,
Everyone
what I
pay
need,
us.
what I need,
We could
what
get
I
it
need-
on Steam. It would be
Wait,
so
what?
beautiful.
Wait, doing what?
MapperCast
MapperCast
dating simulator.
Yeah.
What? No.
We're doing it.
I'd rather have
No,
Chernobyl
no.
simulator.
That would
Who's the
not.
favorite? Who's the favorite?
Cosmic,
Cosmic
Noble
Red.
simulators literally storm.
Cosmic. Majestic said he'll work on it.
Majestic,
Work
you
on
can
the
join
thing.
the team. You can join the team, man. You
Yeah,
can
but,
make
but
tech
Chris,
writers.
but
I
Chris,
can be the
you
right. I can be
finally,
writer. I can be writer.
Yeah, and when you're dating,
Yes!
like, do you
We'll have
like
like a
me to
whole
be-
writing team. We can each take in charge
Yeah.
of one different character.
Majestic,
We can write our own dialogues.
But
Majestic,
who-
you're in.
Cool.
You're in.
Okay, guys, let's be serious. I like
You're
the
in,
idea,
Majestic.
but it will never. If Project M cannot, this will not be done either. Like, it
Bro,
will.
it's gonna be on Steam.
All right. Well,
No,
I want
this
some
is-
loyalties from this. So can I have like I don't know 5% of the revenue
And-
thing?
Yes, we can sell it. We can sell it as well.
Oh yeah, no, dude, this shit's going on Steam. If we get
Yeah,
it,
right.
it's going on the
How
market.
much do we have to pay?
It's like $100 deposit to get it on Steam. It's like not that.
Yeah, but speaking of money, like we need money for this.
Yeah, that's
How
the
are we
one
gonna
thing.
do
Like
it?
we
Yeah.
have to have a
Kickstarter.
So everyone go to Cosmic Mapping's Patreon.
Yes,
Go
you
to my
can go to the
Patreon.
Patreon if you want to start.
Go to my Patreon. And I
The
will
biggest-
definitely not
The
keep the
biggest
money
expense
myself.
would be the art. Like we're gonna need to get an artist.
Rat.
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 I'm not an artist.
No, we gotta get like an anime artist. We gotta
Yes.
get like a storied
Respawn.
anime.
Respawn.
Guys,
No,
we gotta
no, I
make
can't
this
draw.
happen.
I cannot
We
draw.
gotta make this happen. Come on.
Sundelanian, Sund.
Maybe.
All right, guys, you heard it here
Guys,
first.
cartoony.
We're working on it.
Would we have the game with country balls or with our
Oh,
like?
no, you can't.
No.
No,
With our actual, or with actual anime versions of
country boy porn.
Okay, I only agree to do lines for
Would
this
we
if NA is a character.
would we gender switch? Would we become female if the protagonist?
no, we're not
wanted-
gonna become. Yeah.
Cosmic.
What?
Majestic said, let's do this in general.
Yeah, we're doing it, but we gotta raise money to thing. Like I don't wanna...
Invite him to the crew.
I don't want to step into a project without the funds, dude.
I actually started this as a meme, but now it's getting
people
shady.
want
Wow, wait, I caused it. Are you actually being serious?
I'm being 100%.
I mean.
Okay, so Cosmic, if I pay you 1 cent, will you also create a Chernobyl simulator? Basically, how it happens is you create a simulation where the Pickering nuclear power plant actually explodes and Canada actually gets fucked.
If you have dialogue options and you say Chernobyl to Viper, you unlock a secret ending.
Well, the whole town blows up.
Should we have Tiger Star in it?
Tiger Star cameo! Tiger Star cameo!
Tiger Star's gonna hate you for that.
He could be a Neko. Tiger Star could be a Neko.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Cosmic.
Dude! God, it just spoke through you!
Cosmic.
Yeah?
With this fucking sentence, you basically just destined the fate of MapperCast and Emperor Tiger will never come back again.
Oh no, Tiger Star, I love Tiger Star, he loves me, we got a great relationship.
And if he didn't, I did with calling him a Neko. But we need to make Tiger Star a Neko.
Cosmic, Ollie is by his side.
Okay, no, Alibi is too innocent, we can't put him.
Fucking Tiger Star and Neko, dude, holy shit.
Tiger Star, yeah.
I'm going to fucking kill you.
Well, that makes sense because he's a fucking tiger or whatever. Cat.
Yes, that's the point.
That's the point. Tiger. He's like a normal like a house cat.
He's a furry.
The thing is, Tiger Star is in a relationship with someone, and I think we should.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's add his boyfriend to the game. Then.
How
about boyfriend into
his boyfriend Cody from Alternate History Hub? You know.
Coppa does not work like that anymore. They're actually gonna contact you first, and not gonna find you 42K. They're gonna see how much you make and then decide.
Cosmic, you gotta make this happen, dude. I'll support you.
I am so excited for this.
Okay, how about this? Cosmic.
If I release my book, I get a lot of money. I will donate a lot.
Cosmic.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the quiz and let's get this over with.
We are on the quiz.
So here's the thing about that.
Oh no, we are.
Here's the thing about the quiz.
You haven't made it. You said you wanted to do it, and when we are at the point, and you fucking.
I'm sorry.
Okay, alright, fan winner question. Here it is. Alright, so what was Viper's fear that happened recently?
Oh my
No, we are not going to take that.
Yes, we are. We are going to do it. We are doing that. No, it's I consider it.
Congratulations, Atchison Animation. You are the fan winner. You will submit us a topic that will be guaranteed to be discussed.
As long as it's appropriate. Unlike today's topic, Cosmic.
MapperCast.
Okay, Freeze, we get it.
Jeopardy theme.
Okay, so okay. All right. Who did I say? This is for the Mapper winner. Who did I say would be the key of our dating simulation?
Of a what?
Cosmic.
Oh, I can't.
Of a what?
Hitler.
What?
You know,
What was that?
I will not take part of that.
The quality of the quiz is getting worse and worse.
What was the question? What was the question?
So who did I say would be the key of our dating simulation? You know, in Honey Pot, she guides you through the game and she helps you fuck all the babes.
I will not.
Who's gonna help you fuck all these MapperCast honkies?
I will not take part of that.
Why me? Why me?
Why me? Why me?
Fricon got it.
No, Atchison got it. Oh no, Fricon. Oh, Fricon got it. Okay, Fricon, Mapper winner.
Wait, what was the answer?
It was
you.
What? Oh god, what the fuck?
Does Fricon have a series to be reviewed?
Yeah, we can review his ending.
No, he has no mapping video whatsoever.
We can review the ending of Gosh, where we left off for Gosh, but I already watched it, so I already know what to say.
I refuse to do this.
All right. So before we close this off, I just want to say I'd like to thank everyone for coming to our creative workshop here today.
What?
I don't know when
we need to make this happen. We need to make this happen.
You can't make me.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna
No,
be
it's not.
fucking...
I will fucking sue you if you put me in the game.
Chris, don't be
Cosmic,
such a goddamn party.
Cosmic, I'll help
Yes.
you through this. I'll help
Chris,
you through this.
Chris,
It will haunt my
don't.
future. It will haunt my future.
So I don't
Cosmic.
know when we're gonna be able to get this Kickstarter going, but it'll happen.
Good.
And it'll be
Yeah,
beautiful.
Chris, if it makes you any more comfortable, it will be a female version of you.
That's even
Just
worse.
like the fucking Kickstarter for Project MM.
Yeah.
I never
yeah.
said we were gonna do a Kickstarter.
Yeah, I remember. It will never happen. So yeah, I mean, it will never happen either way. So yeah.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'm holding you to that. Alright, so I will do some price calculations, find some artists, and well, yeah. Alright, Viper, you wanna close out the show?
Alright, everyone, thanks for tuning in.
Alright.
Hopefully, I can get over whatever happened this morning with those emergency alerts. And I'll see you guys next time. Ending the stream in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.